That's it.
Nice tipple.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, pressure you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Savage. Tonight, we're here to do what we do best, and that's talk about AEW. June 14th, 2023, and tonight is going to be a night that people remember for a long time. There was a lot to talk about, a lot to take in. A lot happened here tonight. A lot to unpack, a lot of storylines, a lot of progression. There was also some things that I went to the bathroom for, you know. There was a couple of things that I didn't give a shit about. But overall, AEW tonight actually delivered a great show from top to bottom. I don't really have too many gripes, to be honest, about the card, the flow of the show. I think we're going to sit here and enjoy AEW, and we're going to enjoy talking about it. And we're going to do that right now with, first of all, we're going to bring in Travis. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? Welcome back to Wrestling with Savage.
Good.
He's good to go. Chop City's in the house.
What's up?
You wanted to come back, man. Why are you back here? What do you want?
I don't know, just...
You bored?
Trying to take all your viewers.
You're trying to take all my viewers. Well, there's only 2 of them right now, but, more people watch later on. We're going to have competition next week, man. Bully Ray's going to be out here doing this thing. It's going to get scary. It's going to get scary. Are you guys afraid of Bully Ray? You should be. He'd fuck you up. He'd hit you with a baseball bat.
Probably.
He's got good practice.
Boy, pissing him off and you're good.
Yeah, I guess you can try that, man. You can always call the cops. MJF versus Adam Cole going down tonight, and I was shocked to actually hear Adam Cole's music. For a second, I was hoping he was just coming out to talk some trash. But no, he came out in ring gear, and we got a pay-per-view quality match to kick off the night. Like, my clock looked like it was a good 35 minutes. I know they said 30-minute time limit. I mean, I guess the entrances were like 5 minutes long. Adam Cole definitely takes his sweet-ass time. Baby, and MJF. I get it. 30-minute time limit, and this match was absolute perfection. The counters they had in this match, the way they set up the match, you could barely see who was calling the spots. I did see MJF a couple of times, try to, cover up a couple of spots, but you could barely, you have to really be able to know what's going on to be able to see it. And what I saw tonight was I saw 2 gentlemen who have probably been waiting to get into the ring together for a long time. It finally happened, and they went out there and had a good time, stole the show, and left us all probably very upset. At least any Adam Cole fans. At least any Adam Cole fans. I'll go to you first, Chop City Wrestling. What did you think of this matchup? Would you rate it? Do you have a rating system? How do you operate?
I don't have a specific rating system, I would say. But, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10 for sure. The thing that kind of deterred me a little bit was the ending, honestly. I love the 30-minute draw. I hated that they didn't even tease it at all.
I love that he smacked this fan's baseball cap right off his stupid head.
Oh, yeah. I love the interaction with the fans and all that. The one thing that deterred me for the match, they did not mention the 30-minute time limit at all. Not, they're coming close to this.
No, they announced it at the beginning of the night.
Right, but
Oh,
as they're getting closer to
tonight.
that
Look at
30-minute mark,
You
know, you'd expect them to be, hey, they're at 29 minutes, we got 1 minute left to go, type thing. To where it seemed like half the people didn't even know what was going on when the bell rang.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're all a bunch of stupid marks, and that's the point. That shit was good shit, though, because we didn't get like a real decisive, clear, decision. He had him, but it's almost like a screw job too. It's almost like a screw job, and it was like done to perfection.
I mean, it was the perfect way to end the match. I mean, because it keeps both of them strong looking, and builds towards a future, maybe an Iron Man match or something like that. But just say they should have mentioned it as it was getting closer, in my opinion.
Okay, Travis, how about you? What did this match do for you?
Yeah, I agree with most of what Chop City said. The biggest question I had walking away from it, I was like, okay, so in the title eliminator thing, if Adam Cole had won, he gets a future world title shot. So with it being a double count out, does that mean he gets the world title shot, or do they have another match to see if he will? Or I was very confused on what the overall outcome of the match was.
You'll probably see what MJF does with almost all his title challenges.
Yes, hello.
Where they'll have 3 or 4 matches to be able to face
with who
type thing.
What do you mean? I don't know. He needs a ride. Marty Jannetty needs a ride, Sims. You got to get it done. And you're live on Wrestling with Savage right now, unfortunately. Well, you're not live. I don't have it on speakerphone, but like I'm live and they're listening to me talk. So I can they don't got your voice. Don't worry. We're saving your voice for your premiere episode where we do the best interview in the history of mankind. I hit him up and I told him to let me know if he has an issue or something like that. We'll figure something out. Yeah, no, that's what I'm going to tell him when I talk to him later. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of Mr. Jannetty. And there will be a party with Marty, I assure you. Don't worry, Mr. Sims. Everything will be okay. I don't know, brother, but we'll figure it out. Don't you worry about it, all right? I'm going to get back to covering AEW. Go to sleep or relax. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Don't worry, Godfather. I know. I saw it. I saw like 5 minutes of it. Yeah, I didn't get to watch the whole thing because I got to go live and do a show, and my cast is waiting for me. They're watching me take this phone call right now.
Very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very good interview, Mr. Sims. I'll make sure I let everybody know about it. So
all hail the Colt Hero.
All hail the Colt Hero. You should come on the show right now and just talk. You know the link? All right, bye. I'll send you a link, man. Just join the fucking. I will Facebook you the link. Just jump in here right now. Bye. Let's see if we can get the whole nation of the Sim cult.
New rule though. From now on, if Jay is on the show, he has to say at least one positive thing, because every night it's, oh, this show was crap. I'm starting to see Mick Thomason's point.
Wow. You're not wrong.
Jay hates everything. Nothing you can do about it.
Well, I mean, if he's going to hate a lot of these matches, then, I mean, he's going to hate everything.
I'm prepared with the 5, so if he joins. Or is this the 4? We have the 4 now. With the 5, I don't know. We were talking about AEW. We were talking about the main event, and it was a main event. Pay-per-view worthy. Gilch, what did you think of this matchup, this kickoff tonight? Were you shocked?
It was great. It's funny because not long ago I said if AEW does...
We got to cut you off again.
No problem.
Look at this. Look who the fuck is here on Wrestling with Savage. My God. Is this no BS with ESS?
All those files you thought you lost.
I am here.
He's here, your local Colt hero. What's going on, buddy? How you doing, sir?
Good, doing awesome. I am busy doing interviews talking about the Iron Sheik on various podcasts, and now I'm here with you.
Now you're here with me. You're also here with the whole Savage Kingdom right there. This is part of my cast right here.
Cool.
How you guys? You know John already, Mr. Gilcher over there. You met him.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
He's con. This is Chop City Wrestling. He goes around and takes chops from people and gets donations.
Fantastic.
he has a current beef right now with Mr. Matt Cardona, which is not good.
I'm telling you, man, that's pay-per-view worthy right there. Get me in the ring with him. It will
Let's fix this. Let's see if we can update this and make it look nice and pretty. Oh, there we go. See, Sims is big. I'm big. You know, everybody else is in their place. Did you watch AEW tonight, Sims?
Nah, I kind of watched the first match.
The first match, of course.
I saw MJF and Adam Cole. Then I had to get ready for this interview. I had to go to the bathroom and make sure that I'm don't have any emergencies while I'm on the interview. And then I started the interview. So and I'm here now.
Even the Cole hero has to use the toilet bowl.
There was a lot of people watching your other interview.
Was there?
Yeah. I think over 430 different people saw it already.
Fantastic! That's awesome.
It is awesome.
Yeah, it was a little bit. I got something in my eye, but a little bit of a different interview. You know, most of the time when I'm going on these interviews, these people they want to hear all the Iron Sheik stories. This guy wanted more of the business end of what I do, and all the just a little different perspective than telling the Ultimate Warrior story or telling the Pub 46 story or telling this story or that story about the Iron Sheik, which there are tons of.
Absolutely. No, I mean, dude, who has more stories about the Iron Sheik than you, man?
No, not many.
We got 6 people in here now, I think. Where's Jay? There's Jay's Kitchen. Welcome, Jay's Kitchen, to the show.
It's a great background.
It really is. It's good shit. All right. I guess we'll go back to... Should we wait for him? He'll be here. So, Sims, I'm going to send you a link right now. I want to see if we can make this happen. Let's see if we can get a lot of people in here from the cult of ESS. Maybe you can share that link and everybody that you know. Look at Marty Jannetty.
Just send me a. Okay, so how do I share this out now?
Go to your Facebook page and go to your where you go to make a comment or a post, like a post.
Oh, I see. Actually, I can copy here. Okay, copy. Okay, I got it. I know how to do it.
Social media, baby.
I got it. Hold on.
Of course you got it. We're going to fix this right now. We're going to make this look nice.
Hold on a second here. Let's see. Go here.
At Jay's Kitchen, you can see there he's got a lot of stuff in it. Let's talk about Jay's Kitchen. So he's got a nice refrigerator, it looks like. 2-door, right? Top and the bottom. That's always good. He's got a window with a bag on it. And Jay always has the fresh flowers on the counter right there. He's not messing around.
What do you want me to put? I'm on Wrestling with Savage.
You're on the greatest fucking late night wrestling talk show of all fucking time, and not even Bully Ray can change that.
I'm on Wrestling with Savage now. Give it a listen.
There you go.
All right, and I'll just send it out.
Yeah, send it out. Let's see what we can do. We got some comments over here. Jay's laughing.
They're literally all from Jay.
So Jay's just watching, and he's in the show, too, at the same time.
All right, good. All right. There you go. It's on my Facebook page.
All right, so I'm going to start asking you questions. First of all, as someone that's been watching wrestling as long as you, what did you actually think of the MJF match? And if you need some reminders, I got you. This is the MJF match right here, man.
I'm always entertained by MJF. I think he's a hell of a worker, number one. 2, I saw him coming up, before he got famous when he was working the Jersey Independents over here. I knew him, and he knows me from back, from the early days. So I'm happy for all his success. He's doing great and helping to lead that company.
Yeah, he is doing a tremendous job, and he's the right man for the job on everybody that's there.
The thing is, I don't know how good a box office draw he is with the way some of these houses are with the emptiness of those houses. But he's entertaining as hell to watch.
No, he is entertaining as hell to watch. He's one of the best doing it right now. Jay, what did you think of the match? And welcome to the show. He's a pro. This guy always leaves his mic muted.
Thank you for all the people that have me. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Please hit the like button. The more you like, we like. I don't know. You guys kind of turned into Jay in the beginning of the show, talking about you didn't like how the time limit rang and all that, yada, yada, yada. I thought it was a clever finish. You know why? because this match had you zoomed into it. Just like everything my man said before, MGF just showed you why he was that wrestler, and Adam Cole showed you as well. Actually, Adam Cole came back. He found his balls. He came back. I'm actually surprised tonight. This is the Panama Playboy that I remember from Ring of Honor. This match had it all. Clever finish to me. I just don't understand, are we going to see the match in All Out, All In? Who knows it play out? I don't like it being on pause. That's the only thing I don't like.
Listen, this match was absolute banger. It was pay-per-view worthy. One of the best matches you're going to see on TV this year. And that's no BS with Savage. Now, Mr. ESS, tell me the craziest story off the top of your head. Something that you don't tell people normally that has happened to you in your, 4 decades of career now?
37 years of doing this.
So it's going to be 4 decades in 3 more years.
Yeah.
And you don't plan on stopping anytime soon, right? You're going to stop in the casket, literally.
I got an 8-year-old. I'm going to go till I drop.
Till you drop. Do you think you're actually going to drop at one of these conventions one day?
Hopefully not. But if I do, I want you to videotape it. I want you to take pictures, and I want you to sell them at everything I can. Take pictures of me in the coffin. I mean, really.
Absolutely, yeah. We have to auction off everything.
We got to sell that off too. I mean,
right after that, can we snatch the talent at the convention and finish the signing first?
There you go. Yeah.
There we go.
First of all, we're gonna have pictures. We're gonna take them to about another 50 states, and we're gonna have people take pictures of where there was dead body. That shit's gonna be fucking. You know how much money you'll make with ESS? So what do you got going on this weekend? Tell us.
Morbid with Savage.
Who does ESS have this weekend coming up?
Well, I got Marty Jannetty, and we're going to be up at Heroes Hideout on Friday night, doing public signing there. Saturday we are. Where are we at the Wrestling Classic over Springfield, Mass. At the Community Center. Doing a virtual signing with the Captain's Corner, and he's doing a regular interview with Hannibal. So he's got a busy weekend for Marty Jannetty.
That's going to be a lot to do in one little weekend. That's why I'm going to be helping you with all that. Make sure you get it all done. Everything's going to be perfect. Your cookies are on the way.
Awesome.
Marty's is on the way. And Marty's going to be on the way. We'll make sure Marty's going to be.
Yeah, just get Marty there because I can't pick him up at the airport tomorrow, so I got someone doing it now. I'm back on the road Friday because family issues. But
there's always something; it never ends.
Listen, I got to work a real job too. I mean, you got responsibilities.
So, like I was saying, tell me something like the craziest shit you've ever experienced personally, man. Or actually, why don't you tell me first? How did you even get into wrestling?
Oh my God! So, as a fan in the 4th grade, around 1979 or so. And friend told me, hey, there's wrestling Midnight's Channel 9, the old Midnight Channel 9. And I watched it and fell in love with it. And then told me Backlund is fighting Valentine at the Garden. And I was hooked. I was hooked ever since that. I said, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. And fast forward to 1985, went to Dennis Galam's show, Asbury Park Convention Center. Saw 3 kids standing on the side of the stage. 2 of them you might know, Balls Mahoney and Chris Candido. I was the 17-year-old kid, and they were the 14-year-old kids over there. And we just got talking, and we just started traveling to local independent shows. We went to Brooklyn to the Manny LeBron's Galaxian Gym up there, and that's kind of how it started for me. And a year later, so I promoted my first show, Asbury Park Convention Hall, Abdul the Butcher and David Schultz in a steel cage, March 5th of 87. And, that was great. I met up with Dennis Carluzzo, and who was a famous promoter back then, and Doc Diamond, another famous promoter back then. They basically took me under their wings, and I just went to all their shows and just learned the ropes that way. And the rest is history.
Literally, you've been grooming for this since the 4th grade.
Pretty much, I've been doing this all my life. I had a passion for it all my life.
Hell of a career, man. I'm sure you're probably sick of hearing all the Iron Sheik questions. But
I'll answer every one. If you have one, I'll answer it.
What is your favorite memory of Iron Sheik? Like, what's the first thing you think about when you think about Iron Sheik?
the mustache, the accent, the camaraderie, I was the fall guy for the Iron Sheik. That was my role for the Iron Sheik. I was always the inept agent, couldn't do anything right, always, the jabroni, the this, the half and half, the this and that, but yet I'm the one pulling all the strings behind the scenes to make it work. I was the puppet master. I was the one, you all see the finished product. The finished product is me showing up with the Iron Sheik at whatever appearance I did. You have no idea what I went through to get there. Where, between the fights we had in the car, the hotel, the this, the that, just to get. I mean, I go to the airport to pick him up. The typical thing to pick him up at the airport. So maybe I show up a couple minutes late because there's traffic or whatever. So like he's waiting curbside for me. It's like he sees me. It's like, oh, Eric Bubba, you late. You not professional. You're not ready for me to take you to Mr. McMahon. He's screaming and yelling at me. When everybody here and the cops are right there because cops come home. They know who he is. And that guy, I come out and get his bag stowed in the car. The cops are telling me, get him out of here. Just get him out of here. Here's my agent. He's a dumb son of a bitch. Whatever. So I get him in the car. We leave. It's like, oh, Eric Bubba. Oh, good to see you, Eric Bubba. Oh, how's the family? It's like, and finally the light went on, and it's like, yeah, this is the role now. So we used to give each other a kiss in the car and just whatever, and then it was just off to doing our stuff. So once the cameras were off him and the attention was off him, he's a normal guy. It's just when people were paying him attention, that's when he became the crazy lunatic that he was.
Were you in the building for this match?
No. I saw it on the TV.
So how many times did you hear him talk shit about Hulk Hogan over the years?
All the time.
All the time, right? Like never ending. There should have been a match. They should have had something else, man. To me, that should have been WrestleMania 1, in my opinion. Roddy Piper and Mr. T, they could have did their business with any other two jabronis. But Iron Sheik should have headlined WrestleMania 1.
Well, I mean, the draw was Hogan. The draw was Mr. T. That's why they were there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I get it from his perspective.
You're not coming to see the undercard. You're coming to see the two top stars, or the multiple top stars. Sheik was great, but he's not on Hogan. Wasn't on Hogan's level. Wasn't on Piper's level. As far as that far up. So, but Sheik was good. I'll take no credit away from him. But it's just not on that level.
Sheik was a beast, man. He bought me a drink at the age of 16 years old, Jack and Coke, at WWF New York.
Again, we were at WWE New York when The Rock hosted it. I got a nice picture of him and The Rock over there.
You met The Rock that night.
I met him
the first time.
Huh? Were you there?
You met him that night.
Who, The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was tight. It was hard to get the picture because the bodyguards were there. It was very, they were like assholes.
Yeah.
I got it.
They didn't mess around at all, man. Yeah, Iron Sheik was a beast, man.
I had a maneuver. I was pushing around the bodyguards a little bit, not physically, but just trying to get in to get the picture that I needed.
I'll ask real quick. Did you have any run-ins with Andre the Giant?
No, but I got an Andre the Giant story to tell. I'm a kid, and my dad took me to Madison Square Garden. It was Andre the Giant versus something. I forgot what it was. So as a kid, you run over to the guardrail where they walk out. I just wanted to slap Andre's hand, whatever. I'm just a kid and just wanted to do it. This is what it looked like. That's what it looked like.
That's crazy.
His hand was a fuck. I got a big fucking hand. That's what it looked like.
Wow.
So and it's like, and then when he slapped, it's like it nearly knocked me over. I mean, I'm a kid, and this is a 500-pound, 7-foot guy, and it's like, holy shit,
Fucking crazy, man. Crazy fucking stories. This guy's probably got stories for fucking days. This is an AEW show, so quickly I'm going to give you guys a chance to give me your take on it. Eric Sims only saw the first match, But Jay, I'm going to go to you real quick. What did you think about AEW in general tonight? Like, what stuck out to you? Or are you just here to bitch about every fucking single detail again? Which one is it?
Same as I expect, 90% talk, 10% wrestling, and I saw 10% wrestling in the first match for 30 minutes, or you say 35, and the rest was just talking and basically BS.
Well, you got to remember with this, it doesn't matter what happens in the match. Is it drawing money? Are you tuned in? Is it drawing money to go for whatever house show or whatever they're trying to get at to promote their pay-per-view? Or did they accomplish their goal of doing that? That's what you got to look at. The body of the man, whoever goes over, it doesn't matter. It's what's the story that got told to draw you in to pay money to get to watch the pay-per-view. That's the key. Or
I thought tonight they did a good job setting up storylines all over the place. Is
it enough for you to spend your hard-earned money to go to one of their live shows when it's in your town? That's the goal of any wrestling show, or any big wrestling company. That you want to go see them live and in person, or buy what they're selling to you. Did they do a good enough job to make you want to buy what they're selling?
No, 100%. But at the end of the day, they still have to make decisions on every single character, what they're going to do with them. Are they going to make moves with them? Are they going to get put in the sidelines? Are they going to get released? How are they going to be used? Are they going to be perceived as a loser, as a winner, as a dominant force? An immovable object, perhaps.
They have to make the right business decision. It doesn't make if it makes money, if it makes dollars, it makes sense. What sense they're trying to do? Is it going to make them money? You have to look along those lines.
100%. That's why you saw the Acclaim become champions.
Eric,
That's why you see MJF doing what he's doing right now. He's good for business.
I got a question for you, Eric. Our overall consensus here on the show, for the most part, is that AEW storylines have been lacking a little bit over the past year outside of MJF. Like, not a lot of overly compelling stuff. And I feel like that was almost AEW's like selling point originally. Like, we're the professional wrestling company, and we're just going to put on banger matches night after night. And now, personally, I kind of feel like ratings down a bit. I feel like they're kind of suffering from that a little bit. Do you see that at all, or think that's true at all, or not really?
I'm going to answer that a little differently. It all goes to your interest in the product. Now, everybody knows that WWE stars that have migrated down there. You're familiar with them, whether they have a new name or from their old persona where they were. How many of the homegrown AEW talents do you actually give a shit about? Are you invested in?
Yeah.
That's it. You got to ask yourself that, because if you're invested in that, then they've done their job to make you a fan. If you're just watching because it's AEW and whatever, you're wasting your time. I mean, you got Chris Jericho.
You smell nice. All right.
But he's a WWE guy.
I'm invested.
Huh?
Do you think I'm invested?
Well, you're invested in a different way, but yeah.
Oh, I'm invested in MJF, man.
In MJF. People are invested in MJF because he's an interesting guy. But
he's more than interesting. He's doing something that we haven't seen in a long time. He's trying to take the business.
No, listen. Are you invested in Jade Cargill? Are you invested in the lower end, feuds that are going on? The Wheeler Yuta or
the Wheeler useless? No, Jade Cargill, yes.
Not a major star, but they're giving them TV time. You're invested with Jericho because he's a star. He's with MJF.
He's Chris fucking Jericho, man.
Huh?
He's Chris fucking Jericho.
Okay. But is Sammy Guevara, are you invested in that? Or
Sammy, I look at someone as a future champion, man. The second he gets his little spot,
his booking's been all over the place.
His booking's been fucking terrible, but he has the ability. I'll say this. I'm not going to say he's a future champion. He has the ability to become someone that could become a future champion.
Yeah, but are you invested? Are you going to pay money to see him?
No. No one's going to.
Okay. There you go. You're going to pay money to see
Technically,
I don't know about that. To see that guy jump off a 40-foot cage, I'll pay money to watch that.
I'll pay more to see Sammy Guevara than I ever would for Darby Allin, and I think even the company is starting to realize that.
Listen, man.
Darby Allin is a fucking
I got him to write this before he started winning TNT championships, okay? Sammy, future AEW champion.
Yeah, but listen, is he money? Forget your feelings. Put your feelings aside. You got to look at this from a business standpoint. Is he money? Are you going to pay money, or are other people going to pay money to see him?
If he's booked the right way for a year solid, maybe. Right now, no, because tonight Darby Allin was saying, "Oh, I think the fans are starting to love you." The building had fucking crickets.
Listen to me. You are watching AEW because you want to see what MJF is going to do next. You're watching AEW because you're into the Chris Jericho thing. What else are you watching AEW for?
I'm watching AEW to scout talent and to watch a potential breakout moment from someone, somewhere, doing something productive on live when they take advantage of the opportunity they give it. Eric, you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for my fucking turn to get on AEW and show people what I'm really about. I don't like sitting here being fucking calm. But
Bucks and Kenny are always.
I have a wife and a kid. Imagine what I would do in a ring.
Listen, the hottest thing going in right now is this collision thing on Saturday with CM Punk. That's what. Now you're tuning into that to see CM Punk. That's all the talk right
CM Punk makes money though. I've told everybody he's coming back. He makes money. He's a draw. He has his hardcore fans that don't give a shit about anything that he says or does. He could go to jail 17 times like fucking Jeff Hardy did, and people will still buy his merch.
If you're going to be objective about this, you gotta stop looking at it from a fan perspective. Look at it from a business perspective. And that should clear everything up.
Business
Punk is just compelling. He's got his fans. He's got his haters. I'm tuning into Collision probably Saturday.
He's a draw.
If he wasn't on it, would I watch it? I'd watch highlights.
You're watching it because you see Punk.
He's a draw.
It doesn't matter what the undercard does. If they do great, awesome. But you're there for CM Punk.
You know what? ESS is 100% right. Look at me. I hate CM Punk. Even I'm watching it for the hope that he will slip and fall and break his neck and we never have to again.
A little too far, but yeah, I get your point.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he almost did that in his last match against Hangman.
That's pretty rough, Travis. In my opinion, when CM Punk came back, he should have been treated like a superstar, kind of like Sting. You bring him in for special matches. Promos are okay. Vignettes are okay. Matches limited until you ease your way back into it. 46 years old, coming back, competing against people half your age, double your speed. It's going to catch up with you.
Do you say 46?
Cena does it all the time.
Punk is 46.
Oh, that poor man. He looks 65.
Did you just say Cena does it all the time? Cena looked like garbage at WrestleMania.
Well, let's hold on. Take time out there.
He's entitled to look like garbage.
Time out with Cena. Cena paid his dues. He was the top of the company, back then. He comes back once a year now to WrestleMania because he's a name, and it's just for that star power to they're already sold out, but it's just that extra star power, and it doesn't matter what he does. It's the fact that he shows up and people get to see and cheer for him. That's all that.
Or in my case, boo.
All it's there for. Same thing with the Undertaker at the end, towards the end of his career.
Hey, Sim, do you think we see Hulk Hogan? Do you think we see Hulk Hogan have one last match?
Yes.
Ideally, that would be great. I don't know if he's healthy enough to do that.
If Ric Flair can do it, Hogan can find someone to add.
Did you just say if Ric Flair can do it? Yes, Ric Flair, to his credit, put on the worst professional wrestling match of the last 20 years.
But wait a second. Time out. It doesn't matter what he did in the ring.
Because people paid for
The
it.
place was sold out.
Yep.
People bought the pay-per-view or whatever. So,
And they charged a ridiculous amount. For
everybody was watching him, and whatever Flair did does not matter. You paid the money and you watched him. Winner. Understand? Don't critique the match. Nobody cares because you got. What do you expect out of?
Oh no, you're wrong. You're wrong there. There's a lot of people that care
wrong.
deeply. This is their whole life. Some people. The people that watch this show.
Who said that it was so bad it tarnished Ric Flair's legacy. Now, I don't agree with those.
Bullshit. It's all about business. It's all about money. They made money. That's all it counts. That's all. Now, take a look at these legends that do these independent shows. Again, they're not going to do what they did 30 years ago. They're going to come in and do, just what they have to do, show the finishing move that people want to see. Okay, I'll take this. Look at this. Coco Beware. Way past his time. You were going to come into the ring. They want him to do the bird dance. Honky Tonk Man. He's not going to wrestle a match. He's going to come in and sing the song. That's kind of what they want to. That's what they want to see. The guys with the characters. That's what they want to see.
So
doesn't matter what you do. It's what it's.
Did you ever want to wrestle or get in the ring?
Huh?
Did you ever wrestle or want to wrestle?
I was trained. Yeah.
Okay.
I got trained by Bobby Bald Eagle, New York, Gleason's gym back in the day. I even got in the ring in Pasarillo's Quest up in Connecticut with Dr. D. David Schultz. And I have a picture here somewhere. Hold on. I'm going to pull the picture up.
You have a lot of fucking pictures over there.
I'm going to pull the picture up. I have it pulled here somewhere. I have a picture here because he kicked my ass. He shot me, made me think that I don't ever want to get in the ring ever again, and that's why I went backstage, and I mean behind the scenes, and that's where I stayed behind the scenes. Here I am. This was made from Pasarillo's Quest in 1987 or 88, right there. Like, I really looked like I was gonna fucking die. I'm praying for my fucking life here.
Look at this shit.
That's awesome.
Praying for my fucking life here.
So I'm not disagreeing with you, but let me ask you this. So are you saying that the entertainment aspect of the sports entertainment is more important than the sport aspect? Because what it sounds like you're saying is who cares what happens in the ring? Just make everything spooky wookie crap because that sells.
It's about making money. It's only about making money.
Wyatt made money, but it didn't change the fact that he sucked so bad nobody wanted to see him.
It doesn't matter. It's about
making money.
Right.
Look at the greatest time of wrestling.
Listen.
The Attitude Era.
Look at this. Look at the independent shows. Okay. Most promoters will bring like some form of a name star in. That's your hook. People want to see the talent that they saw on television, whether it's the 80s guys, the 90s guys, or someone from today.
Yeah, he's 100% right. Yo, it doesn't matter.
Listen, let me get my point across. So they're coming to see that. That's the hook. Now, for them to come back to your next show, it depends on what your local stars that are on every single show do to bring them back. Because every different show, there's going to be a different hook, a different star on that show. And it's your locals that people are going to, relate with and, want to see over and over again in the different feuds that the promoter has. So that's kind of how it is. So if a promoter runs a show and draws 100 fans to the show, I'm just throwing a number out. It could be more, it could be less. It doesn't matter. Draws 100 fans. The next time he runs a show, if he draws 48 fans, 98 fans, someone's going to be out of a job eventually. Someone's going to be out of work. But if he goes back to the next show and he draws 102 fans from the 100 they did the last time, you're still in business and you're still going to be employed. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I do, and I think you're making a good point.
And for AEW,
it's all about business. It's all about making money. The bottom line is making money.
And that's why in AEW, MJF is the hook. They try to use Adam Cole as a hook. They use this match as a clickbait hook. It led to nothing because of the result, which is the time limit ended and nobody got a win. Nothing happened. There's no winner, and MJF moves on to another title defense, and Adam Cole goes to the back of the line. Well told story. I'm invested. Sammy Guevara comes out. Renee interviews him. He tries to get a pop with the fans. He even tries to use the fact that he's having a kid to get over. But guess what? It wasn't enough. Darby Allin coming out, giving him props, telling the fans, I think they like you now. I think they love you even. Nobody cheering, nobody caring, nobody invested. Jericho comes out, does what he always does, just like what Seth Rollins does. Takes over the crowd. They're all singing. He tells them to shut the song off. They all start booing. Classic Ocho, classic Chris Jericho. This is a great feud because we ended up getting a beautiful standoff that we've never seen before in the 30 years of wrestling these guys have been doing. First time, and Eric, can you even believe it's the first time these two men are even stepping in the ring together?
Now, again, these are two of the biggest stars in wrestling.
Yeah.
They're using their star power and whatever skills that they have to draw you in, to make you interested, to make you believe what they're trying to sell. And if you're buying it, which means you're going to buy the pay-per-view or buy whatever they're trying to sell, it's an absolute win. You got to remember, these guys are the greatest magicians in the world. They're making you believe something that's not real. If you believe it, you're going to buy the product. That's the whole goal in professional wrestling, is to make you believe and make you buy what they are selling.
But that's probably why people get so upset when there's certain talent or matches that just don't relate to us as real. It feels beyond choreographed, no emotion, no energy, no passion.
But not every match is going to appeal to you or the next guy. They're trying to do stuff to appeal to them to a mass audience. Someone's going to possibly like what they're trying to sell. And the proof in the pudding is when that big pay-per-view is. If they have a sold-out house, if they do big numbers on the pay-per-view, then they won. Then it's good. If they get poor numbers everywhere, got to go back to the drawing board and figure out what's going to work, or you're going to be out of business.
Right now, they're not going out of business. I think with CM Punk coming back, their ticket sales are going to go up. They got a video game coming at the end of the month that's going to probably sell a lot. Sting and Jericho facing off. There's going to be a tag team match. I love the way they're integrating New Japan Wrestling into the show, letting you know that there's going to be an open challenge for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Forbidden Door.
Well, since we're just going through so fast, I guess, because...
Well, I was trying to bang out the notes, and then I was going to go to everybody to just, take their bullshit. But you know what, Travis? Since you want to interrupt me, why don't you tell everybody in the Savage Kingdom what's on your mind?
No, I was just going to ask the entire Savage Kingdom, does anyone think that Sammy Guevara can make a good face? I personally don't think he can do it. Even if he goes solo, he gets away from the Jericho Appreciation Society.
I think I answered this question about 20 minutes ago when I said if he goes on a good run for 1 year straight, actually builds up a fan base of people fucking cheering and going nuts, and most importantly, like Eric knows, buying merchandise, spending money. That's how you're a baby.
Here's the key. Listen, you bring up a good point with Sammy Guevara. Or it could be anybody, but you got Sammy Guevara. If he can make you believe what he's trying to sell to you, you're going to follow along and you're going to buy into him, and everybody else is going to buy into it also. It's his job to draw you in and make you believe. If he does that, MJF draws you in and makes you believe. You want to see what he's going to say and do next. If Sammy could do the same thing, his way, then it's going to be successful. If he can't, you're going to lose interest real quick and move on to the next thing that draws your interest.
Well, that's exactly what happened with Ricky Starks. They gave him an opportunity.
That's exactly what happened with Sammy before too. Sammy had his push when he was winning those big title, or not titles, but when he was getting the pins and stuff like that, when they were having those 5-way matches a couple years back, he had a big push, and it just fell flat.
And the reason I questioned what you said a minute ago about getting people in and getting invested and all that, I agree with you. The problem I see with Sammy is it's almost someone like a Logan Paul. Like, they bring him in, they try and get you invested, but the reality is, it's like, because of the social media stuff he does, nobody gives a shit.
Well, I can explain it even better, man. Go back to the
it.
NBA draft, Travis, and look at when LeBron James was drafted, and look at all the stars next to him. A lot of superstars, but only one LeBron. And that's what happened here in this draft class.
I know nothing
MJF
about
and everybody else. And that's the problem. MJF is in their draft class. MJF is your world champion. And as long as he holds the title, none of these other guys are going to come close.
Here's another problem with AEW. There's too much talent there, and nobody knows what to do with all the talent, and it just looks like put together a bunch of fucking horseshit.
That might be literally the best explanation of what's going on.
Let me ask you this, ESS, because I think you're making a really good point here. I've said it several nights now, but look at what happened when Keith Lee came in. They said, oh, this is a dream signing. He's the most, we're so glad to have him in AEW. They've done nothing with him. It makes me go, man, if he's a dream signing.
That's because they're not invested in him. They don't see anything in him.
Then why was he the dream signing?
Well, listen, again, you sign, you take
Whose dream? Whose dream?
You take a chance.
Exactly.
Listen, they couldn't do anything in WWE, and if WWE can't find anything to do with you, and they're the most creative people in all of professional wrestling, that what are they going to do somewhere else? I mean, if you can't be creative good in WWE,
But that's my point.
They take people from like AEW and Impact and else, bring it there, repackage them, and make them look like $1 million.
I don't know.
If you do that, then what do you think any of the smaller companies are going to do?
Yeah, but it's gone the other way too. Look at Cody Rhodes. I mean, Cody Rhodes was a joke in the WWE's first run.
No, not really.
No, he wasn't. Are you insane?
Not
He was
really.
an Intercontinental Champion.
Not
He was
really.
part of
He was
a faction
fucking
with Randy
Stardust.
Orton.
He was a joke
He
towards
was a character. He was a
character.
character.
And he made a lot of money.
But again, sometimes you got to go reinvent yourself elsewhere. Come back, and then they market you to the hilt. And now he's the listen. Not only is he a great talent, but you're singing the song. When he's coming out. You're invested in him. You can't take your eye off Cody because that goddamn tattoo on the side of his neck, it's like an eyesore. But you're invested in that.
That's part of the story.
That's like Seth Rollins. You're invested with that song. He said everybody sings the song all over the arena. You're invested in that. Forget that he's a talented worker. But you're invested with the other shit that he's doing.
Yeah, dude, all this
Which
stuff
draws
that he did,
money. It's drawing
it's part
money.
of that story. It's all part of that story. Without that stuff, he wouldn't be where he is today. He wouldn't be doing what he's doing.
Again, it's a build. It took many years. Look at Roman Reigns. It took many years for him to get where he's at now. I was never sold on Roman Reigns. He's a great talent. He's probably one of the best. But I wasn't buying him for some reason. They were pushing it down with everybody's throat, but
Shoving it down everyone's throat.
No
He was
Rock,
terrible
no
everywhere.
Austin, no Cena, but now, he's there.
They had the.
He's
Remember when they had
hate
the
there
Rock?
now, but he wasn't back then.
Remember after the W, Eric, they even had the Rock come out to try and put him over with the fans, like holding his arm up and everything. It was
Nothing worked. The only time they got fans is when they made him fucking sick.
Listen, they paired him with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman makes him look like $1 million.
Well, yeah, that's a different story. Paul Heyman's a different monster. He can make anybody look like $10
and
million
not taking
bucks.
anything away from Roman Reigns. He's a great
He's the
great
tribal
talent.
fucking chief, man.
The
big dog now.
storyline there is just phenomenal. It's such an old school storyline. It's like back in the day, back in the territory days, where they had to work their asses off, where there was no guaranteed contracts in order to draw a house, in order to make money. You were invested to see what the cliffhanger was the next week when they had television. It's the same thing now.
Well, it works because it's a real life storyline, though, man. There's real shit going on. It's real family roots.
Using the Roman Reigns thing, like not current Reigns, how it was.
Why are we talking about Roman Reigns on an AEW show? You guys are
Well,
pissing me
it
off.
stopped being
It's
AEW show a
wrestling. Let's talk
long
about
time
anything.
ago.
Well, I guess he's the tribal chief. We can talk about him anytime.
Yeah, you gotta acknowledge him once in a while.
All right, we do eventually have to get back to AEW, but I
Okay,
just want to say one thing in defense of Cody Rhodes. When he first came to WWE for the first few years, no matter what they did to him, me as a fan, I personally looked at him as someone that was as talented as Randy Orton and just not utilized that way. I had respect for Cody Rhodes. His in-ring work was flawless. He was smooth, and he knew what the fuck he was doing.
Right.
Maybe they didn't know what they were doing.
Their creative was terrible with him.
Absolutely, but that doesn't take away from the man's ability and talent. Okay, this matchup, real quick. Somebody tell me what they thought about it while I go through the slides. I don't give a fuck who.
Nobody
No
cares.
one really,
Nobody cares about the new Ultimate Warrior?
Nope.
Okay.
AEW does not know how to push big wrestlers, plain and simple. Look at all the people they have pushed. They have all been of smaller size. Brian Cage is one of the best big in-ring performers around, and they don't push him at all.
AEW doesn't know how to tell a damn story either.
Yep.
You know, enough with the big spot fest here.
That's what they are, though. I mean, at the end of the day,
enough. Tell a story. Old. You got to wrestle old school. I keep preaching this all the time. Old school. Slow your match down. Tell a story. Psychology. I understand it's TV. You got limited time, but what time you have, make the best of it to make it believe, to make people want to invest in you, to come back to see your product the next week, and eventually get to your pay-per-view.
I know Jay noticed
there's high flying around. You're confused of what to do. I always take low key or whoever. They do 14,000 things in a match, and when it comes time for that one big thing that you're supposed to do, people are just sitting there on their hands and not reacting the way you need to react. Why? The answer is why.
I'll tell you why. Because half the fans are on their cell phone.
The answer to why is because they've done so much already that when it comes time to the big thing, they don't know how to react. Okay, let me ask you this. You guys are all smart. How many pops are there in a match?
I mean, depending on how long in the match, probably 3 to 5.
And who is in it? But yeah,
No, it doesn't matter who's in it. Every single match is the same, and the answer is the same in every single match. The answer, 1. I'll tell you, and I'm going to give you an example. And don't be a smartass about this. You're with your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. I don't care what you are, but tell you with your girlfriend. You're having sex with your girlfriend. How many times you coming?
I mean, some guys can go twice.
No, stop. The average person.
7.
One time.
7.
You're dropping your load one time. The answer is 1 pop in the match.
That's
the pop should be the finish of the match.
A long time ago, but
give me an example. Undertaker. He's on a TV match. Vince gives him 8 minutes to do his thing. What do you think the first 6 minutes are?
Undertaker just beating the shit out of this guy.
No.
Him walking down to the ring?
No.
Oh, yeah, him
the
walking
entrance.
Yeah.
The entrance is the first 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about the body of the match. They just want to see the tombstone and go home. The pyro. You understand? I'm trying to rethink your thinking. I'm trying to retrain your thinking on this.
No, I get that. I get it. I was in the business. I get it. But, as a fan, I can still critique it and look at it from a different perspective as far as, like, overall storytelling, presentation.
There's only one perspective of looking at it.
No, there isn't.
Does it make money? If it makes money, it makes sense.
You got to understand, when the show ends, people want more content. They want to hear about their
how about you give less content and better workmanship or something. Better.
Well, then I'd be out of business here.
You know what's said?
That's not true. I don't buy that. You don't have to put 8 matches on a card. You could do 6. You could do 6. Draw it out a little bit. Tell better stories.
Look at this match. Who do you think won this match, ESS?
Well, they're pushing Wardlow. So two big strong guys, but Wardlow.
Yeah, 100%. Wardlow comes out, does his thing. Hager tries to beat the shit out of him, coming down to the ring. A whole bunch of nonsense goes on with the JAS, but at the end of the day, it's powerbomb time. So we get a senton from the big man. And it's powerbomb time. 2 powerbombs does the job. And Wardlow retains. And then we get a very good sequence here. Look at this screenshot right there. ESS. Your boy, you probably know your boy right there.
Arn Anderson?
Yeah, look at her, man. Look at her go.
All right.
Is that
The word is that Luchasaurus threw him down the stairs. That's the word.
Is that Arn? There was so much blood, I thought it was Moxley.
We actually weren't sure what happened to him because their mics were turned off for the first 45 seconds of the promo.
Yeah, that's true. They did have technical difficulties, which is,
Banana Republic.
Like I said, it's an indie show over there. AEW at this point is a giant indie show.
It's a famous indie show. That's all it is.
I will say, we were talking about the lack of storytelling, Eric, and you're 1,000% right. The one story that was really, really good was Punk MJF. And it's a shame that shit happened the way it did because that was fun to me. Some of those promos reaching back to the old Ring of Honor stuff, they
got to relight everything to draw people's interest in on stuff.
Yeah.
So
you're
they got to figure that out. If they don't, then the ratings are going to tank.
Yeah. You're definitely getting it from MJF's aspect. They're telling his story good.
That with the whole MJF versus Cole, how he was talking about watching him in Ring of Honor, going, man, what is this guy's style? I like the way he speaks on the microphone. That is making me invested because
you're right.
MJF is invested in this match, and that makes me invested because he's invested.
Let me ask you this, ESS. Why am I not invested in Orange Cassidy, but yet everybody else is?
I'm not invested.
I'm not.
YouTube says different. Did you know, ESS, that Orange Cassidy is the #1 watched wrestler from AEW on YouTube? Not CM Punk. Orange Cassidy with over 100.
Well, I guess that's good, but what is he? I'm glad he's watching, but is it turning into box office? Listen. I like his act. Well, he's a New York guy that he's worked in New York Independence. I like the act, but again, is it overall making money for the company?
Has to be. Why would they give him a run like this if he wasn't selling?
I think he sells T-shirts. He makes money.
He sells merch, and they're getting revenue money from the YouTube videos.
Yeah,
every clip they put is getting millions of views.
At the end of the day, he's going to do a joke.
Famous question here: can he carry the brand, or is he always going to be nothing more than a mid-carder? My answer is he'll never.
Orange Cassidy?
Yes.
He will never be more than a mid.
I don't think there's anybody that could carry that company. Do you understand? I don't think there's anybody strong enough to carry.
I think there's one guy who can carry it, and it's God's favorite champion, Miro.
They don't know how to push big guys.
You like Miro? You had to pause there.
Listen,
he's a believable.
The two best things on that show is that Jericho and MJF. The rest, I'm not invested in the rest of that stuff.
Kenny? Really?
He's a great talent. He's a great talent, but I'm not invested.
See, and I'm heavily invested in Kenny Ospreay too because that match was so good. And the story was so simple.
Yeah, Eric, if you didn't watch, Ospreay came out and attacked Kenny into the match. It looks like we're going to get that again.
I didn't see it.
Well, that's what he's here for. We're here to go through the rest of the night, man. And you're going to see Tony Storm versus Sky Blue coming up next. Sky Blue, to me, stumbling and fumbling a little bit in this match. Not like I saw lack of intensity on certain spots.
Listen, guys, I got to run now. It's time for me to go to bed. I got to get up first thing in the morning.
Bedtime for the ESL.
Bedtime. When you get old, you gotta go to bed.
Yeah. This show would be over right about now, but you came over and ESS hijacked the show. So.
Well, listen, I'm trying to teach everybody here.
Yes, anytime.
Trying to teach you over here.
Come teach us anytime.
Hopefully, me coming on gets you a little ratings.
I hope so, man. The rainbow cookies are on the way, though. They're being prepared.
Oh, awesome! There you go. I'll see you Friday.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Eric.
All right, thank you, guys.
Later, brother.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, he's out of here. Now we can actually talk about
AEW. Is Tony Storm just an ugly woman, or do they just go out of their way to make bad photos of her, bad hairstyles, bad ring gear, and just go, let's make this woman as ugly looking as possible.
It's
That
funny
almost sounds
because
like a
to me,
You think she's ugly now?
Ugly?
Jesus.
Dude, I think she's 100 times better looking than she was in WWE.
I mean, okay, so she's 100 times better looking than Zero, so now she's a 0.
Can you send me a picture of a girl you think is pretty? Because I need to analyze this, I think.
I mean,
Well, let's look at
I
this one.
can
This is full
tell
screen
you
right here. It's a good
the
picture of
girl
her
I think is
face.
pretty.
I got a question,
I
actually.
mean, that's not the most attractive face.
Okay, yeah, so that's not a good picture right there, but I'm sure I can find a good one.
Listen, you guys,
Oh my God! She
Hold
kinda-
on.
Can't do it off of OnlyFans.
She looks like a
I
character
was just
from
gonna
Mortal
log into
Kombat.
OnlyFans.
Hey, it's Jade. What's her name again? Willow. It's Willow Nightingale. It's a
Sky
big
Blue.
mistake.
There you go.
I
Sky
gotta-
Blue is better looking than Tony Storm is.
That's fair. Sky Blue's
Okay, but that's
pretty.
not to say that Tony Storm is ugly.
Renee Paquette is better looking than Tony Storm.
I would
beautiful.
Is anybody excited about Jungle Hook?
No.
Jay, what do you have to say about the hook of the jungle?
Heel turn coming.
Heel
Yeah, I see you
turn?
too, Jay.
Does anyone care about Hook or Jungle Boy?
No.
Probably not.
I don't care about them separately. I sure don't care about them together.
Heel
I got
turn.
Next, this is the 5.
I got a question. Is there a champion in any major, no, not even major wrestling company? I'll even bring it down to like the high-end independents with the worst fucking finisher than Tony Storm. It has 0 impact. It's I don't even want to call it a modified pile. It's horrible. Is it just me, guys?
No, it's terrible. Storm Zero is more like trickle, don't care.
Maybe it's the
just
worker.
terrible.
Maybe it's not her. Maybe it's Sky Blue because she's super green and that suicide dive she did at the end. looked
Except it looks that bad when she
Well,
does it.
I
on
did
full
say,
time.
Jay.
though,
You said it
Sky
before,
Blue,
Jay.
Sky Blue looked like she was fumbling and bumbling
I
around.
hated-
tonight.
I hated the
That's
match.
the way she was
You know
jumping
why-
out of the
you know why I
ring,
hate it?
the way she was hitting the ropes. It looked lazy.
I'm
If
gonna
I
tell
have
you
to
why I hate
describe
this
it.
match. I'm gonna tell you why I hate this match. You know why I hate it? Because Sky Blue ain't nobody. She had TV time, and she kicked out of a Storm Zero. And you can't find other ways to make her resilient. So you're gonna make Tony Storm Zero look weak as an AEW champ.
Maybe because it is weak. It
It's
is
not the
literally
point. It's a
one of the
finisher.
worst
Why
finishers
are
we've
you
seen in
doing
wrestling today.
finish on Sky Blue?
I'm not gonna lie. When she kicked out of
Okay.
Storm Zero, I had I don't want to say 1%, like 0.0001% in my mind. Though, wait a minute, could she maybe lose this match? Like this much, but you know.
I mean, how often do you see that all the time though? People kicking out of finishers now. It's not like how it was back in the day where you'd hit one Stone Cold Stunner and the match would be over.
Oh,
Like-
that's pretty clear.
But she always hits that
AEW
dumb move and pins everyone.
AEW has effectively destroyed the legitimacy of the Canadian Destroyer by the fact that every single person on the roster hits it. It never leads to a pinfall victory. I have a friend who is literally like, so Canadian Destroyer is just a standard move now. And I was like, yeah, pretty much.
What about poor Shawn Michaels?
What about
Everyone in that mother does 20 super kicks in a match now.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about Jungle Hook at all.
Nobody does.
Forbidden Door is on the way. There's a lot of cool matches. Bryan Danielson versus Okada is going to be a banger. Omega versus Ospreay is going to be a banger.
Go back.
Now, this
to
is
the-
interesting.
Go back to Bryanson versus Okada. I was going to say we should all give our opinions, each of us, who we think is going to win. The obvious answer here is Bryan Danielson takes this match, no question.
Yes.
Anyone disagree?
No. I think Will Ospreay beats Kenny
Don't you gotta
Omega.
throw
I'm
some of the New
taking
Japan
Okada.
guys a bone at this pay-per-view? No?
Ospreay should win.
Ospreay's getting that bone.
Oh,
Yeah, I think Ospreay will win. Because
And
there's really
MJF's
no
definitely
reason
going to beat
for
the shit out of
Omega to have that
Tanahashi.
title.
And
Yeah,
I
you're right,
guarantee you this is going to be good comedy watching him hype up this match talking shit to Tanahashi. He's going to be disrespecting New Japan nasty style. And I
But
love
it's...
it.
Yeah.
It's going to be good TV.
Yeah, because MJF hates New Japan.
That's what I'm here for, guys. I'm here for the times that we actually get good TV, a good show, a good something. That's all this is to me. It's a fucking show. You know what I mean? People are fans of Walking Dead, Sopranos. You know, I can go on and on. And
Next
they're
one.
fans of that show forever. Except the difference between that show or any show and this show never ends. There's a new episode of wrestling almost every day somewhere.
Right now.
Who was it that said a second ago, throw some love the New Japan direction? First of all, Ospreay is going to beat Omega. And secondly, there is no question in my mind, Sonata destroyed. Who's he even going up against? Was it Jungle Boy? Jungle Boy has no chance in hell of beating Sonata. None.
Okay, that's where you're fucking wrong. Jungle Boy's winning that match.
No. No
Yes.
way in hell.
Yes.
No.
He has Hook in his corner. They're pushing these two young stars. I got 100% Jack Perry's winning this match.
Unless this is where they have him turn on him.
They just had Jack Perry in a fatal four-way match for the AEW World Championship.
As one of the pillars.
He is going to get a push, and he's going to win this match. We didn't say that they were going to throw bones to New Japan. We said bone. And that bone is going to go to Ospreay.
Hold on a second. But you recognize that if Jack Perry wins this and he becomes IW World Championship, he has to go and defend it in Japan.
So what? Great. Maybe he turns into an asshole.
That's who.
Maybe he turns into an asshole and does whatever he wants.
Tony Nananoki, he's gone. Says the head of it. He was like, he said this.
All right, you realize this is all not written in stone. Like they can change.
Has Omega gone over there and defended his title?
That's their mid-card title. That's not their World Heavyweight Championship.
Doesn't matter. He could hijack the title and say, if you want to defend it, if you want a shot at it, come to AEW.
I mean, the head of New
that could be a
Japan
way
said
to really
we will
integrate
never
more New
have
Japan
our
guys
championship not
in
defended
Collision.
New Japan, but
It could become a weekly segment of people coming on the show. It gives you a way of pushing Jack Perry without dumping on anybody on your roster. Because then every week, he can just beat somebody from New Japan.
the head of that company said we will never have our world championship not defended in Japan.
So what? Vince McMahon said he would never sell the company either.
Well, that's only because Vince McMahon also sold his soul to Satan, but there's a whole other story.
No, first of all, Vince McMahon is Satan, so that, again, you're wrong.
So you can't tell this
You're
whole...
not going to be right today, Travis. Trust me. Not tonight. You can't be right
okay.
all the time, man.
I mean,
Either convinced.
Fair enough.
All right, Forbidden Door.
He's ugly enough to be Satan.
Should be a good time. AEW Collision live this Saturday. Samoa
Lord.
Joe, Jay White, Juice Robinson taking on CM Punk and FTR.
How happy would we be? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but how happy would be if CM Punk comes back and loses his first match? That would be phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I'm all for that. I think that's a great idea, and it could happen. We don't know. There's no idea, but you know what? I don't think so. I think CM Punk is coming in Teflon strong. He's definitely winning that first match.
CM Punk is winning the match, and then at the next pay-per-view,
it's going to be typical.
They're winning the trios title, and they're going to push him to the fucking moon like they did last time.
Typical Tony Khan, Mark booking going down.
Hold on.
Listen, I think you gotta eventually you gotta get Punk MJF started again.
Run
right?
it back.
You see that
Got
man
it.
right there?
Got it.
Take a good look at that man, Travis. He's going to haunt
that
your
shit-
fucking dreams.
that shit was epic.
He is making more money than anyone in AEW, and he
Did
does
you just
less
say
work. He
that
does
they're
less
going to
work.
give the trios titles to FTR over House of Black? I don't even like House of Black, and if
Could
that
happen.
happens, I will find a way to
million
go to
Could
a
happen.
CW
If
show
House of Black
so I
isn't
can
selling
punch
merchandise,
Tony Khan in the
if House
face.
of Black doesn't start, I'll tell you what, I don't see any of you wearing a House of Black fucking shirt. I see someone wearing a CM Punk shirt. I see that. And
Yes,
that-
but that's
1
because it's
million
not- no
invested.
hate whatsoever.
FTR and Punk will win the trios title.
Take a
Guaranteed.
look at this shirt, baby. This is the new shirt. It's real. If this shirt sells, it's over for you, Travis. So you can puke your brains out all you want. But at the end of the day, if this shirt sells, you're
How
looking,
is it?
you're looking at your
They don't
new
even look like CM Punk.
you're looking at your
actually, I
new
have to give
trios
credit to this
champions.
shirt.
Do you notice how CM Punk has devil horns?
I actually have to give credit to this T-shirt. It has convinced me to hate the color purple, which I never thought would happen.
This is an ugly shirt.
I mean, it's a
Well, you know
terrible
what?
shirt.
Terrible shirt.
Guys, I got breaking news. And the breaking news, it's coming right now. Breaking news is AEW fucked up and missed out on an opportunity. Remember this guy? You don't remember the CM Punk cry guy? This is the guy that cried when CM Punk returned.
I wanted to punch him in the face too.
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh man, I wonder where he is. I wonder what he's doing. Is he still crying? Do you think he's crying right now, Gilch? Like,
I bet you they fly him in for this show.
They might, but you can find out live this Saturday, 8 o'clock, AEW Collision. Also, Wardlow taking on Luchasaurus. This is an interesting matchup.
Wardlow wins, no question.
I think this ends in some kind of DQ shenanigan, and there will be another match. This is not going to be a one-off. And Luchasaurus is not going to just lose. I don't think so.
They don't know how to push big men, as seen by the fact that Wardlow's.
I think they should just fire Wardlow at this point, let Luchasaurus win this title, and then never lose it until he retires.
Better booking than Wardlow having the title, so I say go for it.
All right. AEW Collision, we got a tag team match that guaranteed no one gives a shit about.
Nope.
All right.
This is a bad
call.
Now
this, I am interested in.
This is a hard match for me.
Andrade is making his return against one of the best wrestlers in the company.
You know what, Jay? You sit there with your t-shirt for the absolute biggest douche in the world, and we'll continue to enjoy good matches like Andrade versus Buddy Matthews instead of a talentless hack who should take his ball, go home, never be heard from again, because he is single-handedly proving that once you hit the age of 40, disappear. His matches have been shit in AEW. MJF
so you say the same for Sting? Hold on. In all fairness, Punk had a couple of good matches.
MJF carried him in every single match. Even the ones that MJF wasn't in, somehow he carried Punk.
All I'm going to say is this. Keyword tonight, I'm invested, and all of you guys can enjoy Saturday night at home, 8 p.m., watching this horrible card lineup of AEW's debut of Collision, and I will watch it Sunday at night.
Listen, man, I'm going to be watching this.
What's wrong with Buddy Matthews?
You guys invested in Sky Blue and Buddy Matthews and Andrade and Miro. Hey,
Buddy Matthews and Andrade are two of the best wrestlers in the entire world.
This is a good version of Rampage.
The issue is that they're not going to push Andrade.
I'm not watching this live.
Yeah, we don't know that for sure. You know, they might push him.
How long has he been in the damn company already?
Yeah, but he's been gone for a while right now. I mean, they could push him for an like, I think he could be the guy that could beat like Orange Cassidy, maybe.
Andrade? I'd book it.
Yeah, these two
are the international
title. Let's not get it twisted. They are the king of slaps for a reason. They slap all over the place, all over their bodies, and I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan of the knee slaps?
You're a fan of Roxanne Perez. We've already established your opinion is shit.
I was just trying to establish that someone actually is successful in less than 2 years than everybody in that roster.
Not as successful as Tiffany Stratton, baby. All right.
Yeah, nobody's successful as a cheerleader. But
Blackpool Combat Club, we're at the main event. Hangman, Adam Page, and the Young Bucks, and we got a shocking victory, in my opinion. I thought the Blackpool Combat Club was going to win this match and do what they do. This was a creative little move from your boy Hangman, who Jay absolutely hates. I think Hangman's awesome, innovative, and in time will become an even better talker and a better speaker, more confident. I think so. I think he'll be an AEW World Champion again. You know why, Jay? Because he's already been one, which is a lot more than anybody that you care about in that company can say. But I digress. Hold on, Travis. Hold on. The slides are still going. The match was, I don't care about Moxley. I don't care about Cesaro. The Young Bucks, I know Gilch, he got his rocks off in this match. Super kick party. He got exactly what he wanted. You know, 50 fucking super kicks, hyper knees.
It was
buckshot,
only 50
I guess.
super kicks too much.
Power bomb.
Too little.
And then Eddie Kingston comes out. And I got to ask, does anybody in here remember themselves getting excited tonight while Eddie Kingston was jogging to the ring?
actually
making his return.
For like 3 seconds when I heard the music pop, I was like, "Oh, cool, Eddie Kingston." That was about it.
Me, but only for the reason that I like to see anyone return from injury.
I'm more excited about this cookie. I was about this fucking guy. I ain't fucking kicking that. Well, I don't give a fuck. That's what I think about it. Who gives a fuck?
You know what? I gotta give you this. Cookie Mouth Savage has a better take than Jay for the whole night. So,
oof. Hello, Jay.
I can't win against hardcore AEW fans such as all of y'all. Y'all like this trash, so I just laugh in the background.
Because we
I shut
recognize
the F up.
if your
I
dude
put
is
my mic on
overhyped
mute,
and not any good.
and I listen to all the bullshit, and I laugh, and I have a fucking drink, and I'm having a great fucking time. So keep
I'm
going.
having a good time too, even if your opinions are absolute shit.
Go ahead, Trevor. Go ahead. Keep going.
Trevor, that's fine. Call me Trevor. You know what? At least my opinions are not so bad that they make Jon Moxley look like a good wrestler.
Moxley looked like a better wrestler than Claudio tonight.
He did. It's insane.
All I'm going to say is this match that everybody loves, this whole company that everybody loves and adheres, and it's going to be live Saturday at 8 p.m. We're watching CM Punk, my boy. Yes, I am invested ESS, but that's about it. I was excited for Collision, guys, and then I got disappointed. Why? At the card lineup, you're going to put Sky Blue with Willow? Really? Am I supposed to be enjoying that? You're going to put Miro in action without telling us the opponent? Really? Do I even like that? You're going to put Buddy Matthews against Andrade? I'm sorry. I was never invested in Andrade since NXT. I'm sorry to all you guys. Maybe you guys.
Can I ask you a question though, Jay?
You guys thought it was wait. Hold on, man. You eating the cookie. I don't know why you.
I just want to know because it just came to me. It's a quick question, then you can continue.
Here we go with the Andrade. Go ahead.
Do you think Andrade, even though you don't like Andrade, you're not invested? Do you at least believe he has like the ability to be one of the best wrestlers in the world?
If he knew how to talk English, I would say yes. Sorry.
So it's about racism. Got it.
It's a handicap. It's a handicap. But I will say this. Nakamura spoke a lot better English, and he looks like been a lot practiced since on Monday night. And I'm very impressed by that.
Put him with the freaking manager. Who cares?
As a manager.
Nakamura never spoke that good English. And Monday night, he actually spoke, and I actually understood. And I'm very impressed. Andrade had all this time in the world. He had all the WWE in the background. I mean, he has his wife, who's probably the greatest of all time. And you can't even say one sentence.
All right, quick question, and it starts with Chop City and then goes to Gilch, Jay, and then Travis. Who's better, Andrade or Alberto Del Rio?
Andrade. By far. I mean, are we talking about in ring, or are we talking about
who's the better wrestler?
Oh, in ring, by far Andrade, in my opinion.
Gilch, you got it?
Yeah, I think the point you're trying to make is if he was booked like Alberto Del Rio, he'd be the same star, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't have Ricardo Rodriguez.
Maybe Ricardo needs a comeback.
So
they're bringing anybody back. They bring Sabu back. I don't even know how they managed to fucking pull that
off. Hold on,
off.
I want to hear. So, Jay, what's your answer? Andrade or Alberto Del Rio?
My question to Savage, do I have to choose?
No, not at all.
Can I pick someone else?
Sure, why not?
I would say Carlito's better than both.
All right, Travis, how about you? Who's better?
Between those two, Andrade. But if we're going to allow anyone, let's just even go with somebody from his own faction. Well, if you ask me, well, who's better? Who do you want to see get pushed?
I can already tell you who's better. You want to know who's better? You want to know who's better? You know who's better? Alberto Del Rio or Andrade? Alberto Del Rio. Because he didn't even need Ricardo to talk. Alberto could talk. He could get on the mic and cut a promo. He had confidence, he had swagger, and he had wrestling ability. And he was stealing shows with CM Punk. He was stealing shows with John Cena. And he was getting booed out the fucking building. He did his job to the T. And that's how I respect some of these guys.
I would rather. I'll be honest. Even though I like Andrade, I would actually rather see Roosh get a push than Andrade.
I'm not going to knock that. I love Roosh. Roosh is one of the best they have. But we're getting off the rails. Let's get back to this bullshit match. Eddie Kingston's out. Nobody gives a shit. I don't give a shit. I love you, Eddie Kingston. You're cool as fuck. I don't know who Lois is and why she rules, but, I guess I'll look into it. I don't know. But then he gets attacked by Takeshita. By the way, Takeshita is the best wrestler in this ring right now. By far.
Right now, yes.
I'm talking about in that ring. Out of the people in that ring right now, Takeshita is the best.
Yeah, I know, but it's about to change. So go on.
Takeshita might even be better than Kenny. Even though Kenny looks like a character out of a video game right here. You see him running down like he looks Jack Diesel.
At the end, there's going to be someone better than both of them.
It's a nice shot.
That is a good shot.
Oh, there's your boy.
Of all the current high flyers, he is the only one I can legitimately believe. You're, as much as I like him, you're not going to see Rey Mysterio trading holds with a Kenny Omega trying to technical wrestle him.
Yes.
Ospreay is one of the only high flyers in the world who is technically capable of standing with a Kenny Omega.
Okay.
I think it's the same for both guys. Both guys, they have their number of high spots, but if you want to put them in a match with anyone and say, all right, just give us a technical submission match, let's do this, let's that, he can do anything. Both of these guys, they can do anything.
I like the timing of this and all the moves he was able to get off to really make an impact. Like, this guy's not walking out of here. This guy's not walking out of here. Good timing. Good storytelling. Good surprise, too, because you didn't see it coming. Good surprise. Good ending to the show. A lot of people say he's the best wrestler on the planet, Jay. Do you agree with that?
You guys are hardcore AEW fans. You guys love this. I thought it was all too rushed since the match even started. So,
what was rushed? The guy came out and attacked him after the match.
It was rushed. The whole show was just too long, guys. Let's face it. Starting the match, the whole match got a jump start because we're just running out of time over here. So we got to go to commercial, got to go to picture. The match is all over, all the high spots. Let me do the Northern Lights. Let me do the triple super kicks. Let me do the suicide dives, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We all knew that was going to happen. The part that I hate the most is that they put all the clutterness at the end. We'll bring this guy back. We'll bring this guy. We'll introduce Will Ospreay that nobody saw coming, and we'll put this story and this and this. And
so if you're saying, I've got to ask this, if you're saying that at 2 hours it feels too rushed, the show's too long, they got to throw this all in there. What is your solution? Because if we make it to 3 hours, you're just going to get even more.
Well, Travis, the expert over here, they need to cut some segments. They need to cut a Sky Blue match with Tony Storm, which is completely unnecessary. You could do a lot of stuff. You could even cut those little videos of CM Punk talking, oh, this Saturday, I got a lot off my chest. I don't need to see that. I don't need to see a short Warlow match, which was very short. The guy that we're pushing to the moon that ESS is saying earlier. What's going on over here? What are we doing?
I'll be honest with you.
What's the beginning of the show?
I'll be honest with you. Pretty much. First of all, there's no question MJF versus Adam Cole was match of the night. But as far as the Wardlow thing, pushing him to the moon and all that, my biggest issue with Wardlow is always going to be that they took the title off of Hobbs before it had done anything. I still I don't know if there was some sort of backstage politics going on in here or what, but the way they took the title off of Hobbs leaves me going, something doesn't sit right. This was not just a simple, we'd rather have it push Wardlow. There was something bigger there.
It's just, for me, it's just too much. You're putting everything because I know the paper, we have another week, right? We can't save some of this next week or do something different, a different format, different match.
I'll tell you what we do have in a week.
Too much.
We have Black Dahlia coming on Wrestling with Savage, June 23rd, 10:30 p.m. Make sure you tune in. That's going to be a hell of an interview. I believe one of the first ones she's doing right before her appearance at Wrestling Bash. We're going to be with Jimmy Hart. We're going to be with Haku. It's going to be crazy. Come on down if you got nothing better to do. To Wrestle Bash 2, meet Haku, meet Black Dahlia. Legends Fan Fest. Look into it. It's going to be a good time. I'll be on the road with Jimmy Hart for a couple of days. Legends Fan Fest. Rob Van Dam's going to be there. They got a big lineup right now. You should go check that out on their website. We got an interview coming up tomorrow night at 10 p.m. after our Impact Live watch along, which I am not excited about because I am not watching it. There's no way. There's no way. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be somewhere else. I don't know where. Guess Gilch is going to let me know tomorrow. I don't know.
Did you say the Impact watch along? I'm covering that, aren't I?
Yeah. I was saying how I don't give a shit about Impact.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Who's this? Chop City Wrestling. Go follow them on YouTube. It's this guy right here. You want to say anything about Chop City Wrestling? Why are people going to go follow you?
Because we are putting our bodies on the line for charity, doing watch-alongs as well, live event coverage, and as soon as we get to monetization, 25% of all the money that we make for the channel will go directly to Connor's cure for pediatric cancer as well. How can you say no to helping the kids?
I definitely can't say no to kids, but I think you should raise the stakes on risking your body. Maybe you should start going through some tables.
Eventually I'm thinking that I'll run out of people to chop
Cardona
me.
didn't want to chop you, but he might want to put you through a table.
If you can set this up, we'll make it happen.
All right. Okay. I don't know if I could set it up. I could try. It's definitely it's in the realm of possibility, but I would say it's probably like 80% no.
If you remind him who it is, he may be more apt to do it.
I don't know. He'd probably make you sign a waiver. What move are you taking? What move do you think Matt Cardona could even do to you?
He could do whatever move he wants to me.
Spine buster?
Sure.
You take a spine buster.
I'll sign a waiver. Fuck it.
Let's sign a waiver. Gilch wouldn't sign a waiver. Gilch, you want to go through a table? We can make it happen at the battlefield. How about you, Jay? Jay, Jay's went through a couple of tables, Gilch. I put Jay personally through at least. How many tables? 5?
Maybe 6.
They weren't really tables. They were wooden planks. Yeah, I saw that, Gilch.
I've been hit by a light tube. It can't be worse than that.
I have a new favorite figure pack.
It tickled, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
He said pretty much. Did you get cut?
Yeah.
Does the job. How do you get all that glass out of your head?
Luckily, there wasn't much in mine. It was just like it had flew out of the ring, hit me square in the forehead. And
listen, personally, I've never been a fan of the deathmatch wrestling aspect. I don't mind if it carries over into one of the shows I already watch a little bit. But personally, it's hard for me to watch guys mutilating their shit up, man, with all kinds of crazy shit. And, they're doing it for like $80 or $100.
I mean, it's definitely a different aspect of wrestling.
It's fucking crazy, man. It's just as crazy as the backyard wrestling, the shit that I used to see.
Chop, have you went to an XPW show?
No, I will not go to an XPW show. The promoter just he does a lot of shady shit that I don't really agree with, and the shows that I have watched, they're all for shock value. You can tell, like it's. I like deathmatch stuff, but they just take it to another level of just stupidity.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. It's just not my thing. I mean, I know some people love it. I don't go out of my way to watch it. If something crazy happens, I'll watch a clip or maybe watch a match with somebody that bothers me.
The problem I have with death combat, whatever you want to call it, wrestling is the fact that it's like, to me, using like when they had the Kenny Omega versus John Moxley exploding barbed wire death match, and it was like, this is the definitive end to the rivalry. I thought that was fine as far as death match and all that stuff. The issue I have is like, it's like if you're having a show every week, and every week I go to it, and every week somebody's busting a light over somebody else's head, it's like it starts to lose some of its impact.
It's just how many light tubes can they tape together? Oh, he hit me with 8. I'm gonna hit him with 14.
So actually, just recently, they had the most light tubes in one match in history. It was
I read something about that.
700 light tube death match.
And what does that accomplish? How much money do you think they made because of that?
I
probably
mean,
wasted more money on the stupid light tubes than they fucking made.
I was about to say that in this economy.
You know they're buying those bulk, right?
You know how much tables are going for now? Have you guys ever been on Amazon or eBay and looking for a fucking wooden table? Like, it will run you anywhere from $145 to $295.
Well, that's why most of the people just use doors at this point.
Yeah, but even the doors are getting expensive now. They're running out of ideas. They're running out of ideas. I told, what's his name? I told Brian Myers, I said, dude, why don't you just take the bottom out of the table and just bolt it on another wooden board and just make a table? He's like, oh, it's not a bad idea.
They really are running out of ideas.
They don't know what to do.
I've got a great idea, and Jay would love this.
At Cap, Gilch, and you can attest to this. At Cap, they chant door regular basis, like door.
Yeah, we saw that.
So I have my new gimmick match. Jay would like it. It has to be on AEW. This way, a lot of talent disappears. We'll do it during Shark Week, and we'll put a shark cage under the ring. Open shark cage. Battle Royal. Everyone on the roster. That's it. What do you think about that, Jay?
So like Happy Days, where the Fonz was jumping over the shark.
Gets rid of a lot of talent.
Well, not with sharks, but back in the day, there was an organization in Japan actually that would have exploding barbed wire matches, but out on the ocean.
I saw that.
It'd be like in the middle of the ocean.
In the next 4 to 16 years, you're going to see a real deathmatch wrestling league happen, and people are really going to die live on TV, and you're going to pay to see it. So it's a matter of time.
It's happened before. Nick Gage died during a deathmatch tournament.
Jerry Lawler died during commentary Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
I mean, anything can happen. Shit is fucking.
Yeah, there was a deathmatch tournament, probably not with GCW, but it was before it was GCW days.
The backyard one, right? The light tube in the side.
Yeah, it got cut underneath his arm, and it was bleeding out so much that he was like dead for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay. I thought you meant like dead. Like,
no, he like died for like 5 minutes. They had to like ear vac him.
It's just, to me, the whole thing seems stupid. Like, I understand cheering and people like alpha violence and all that stuff. But it's like,
God.
if there's the chance that you're gonna die from this, I'd be like,
this guy's
So you're like, and I wouldn't tell any of these guys doing this. So let me understand this right. You're okay with leaving your children fatherless, your wife without a husband, to make a bunch of, I'm sorry for saying this, but fat, slovenly rednecks, because that's who goes to the death matches.
I take offense to that, but
call him Mittens
I'm saying that
Mittens is a good dude, honestly.
He is a good.
You don't go solely to the deathmatch wrestling, do you? I'm talking about the people who go solely to the.
No, I go to other shows as well, but I would say that I do lean towards like the GCW style of wrestling.
See, but that's the thing. When GCW does it, they also usually have it be relatively impactful. I mean, you're not just going to see, it's a broken light fixture in a normal match.
Yeah, no, they do it
Guile!
the right way, in my opinion. Where they do 1 or 2 deathmatch type matches, and then the rest of the card is scribbles and tag teams and stuff of that nature.
If I'm going to see deathmatch, I'm going to GCW. I'm not going to any of these other bullshit little fucking things where it's 2 guys standing across from each other. And like I said, it's 1 light tube, then 3, 4. They don't even move. They just sit there, boom, all right, your turn, boom, and they go back and forth. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? But yeah, GCW, if I'm going to go, it would be.
But speaking of deathmatch, for your fans that do want to, follow it and stuff like that, Friday night I will be doing a watch along for ICW. They are a deathmatch organization, so if any of your fans are interested in that, you can check out the channel, and I'll be doing a watch along.
Yeah, feel free to
drop
the link in the chat so people can, if they watch this, they can easily get the link.
All right, I will do.
So I don't know if any of y'all heard.
Oh my fucking god, you piece of shit!
I thought this was interesting.
No, fuck your fucking mother, man.
I don't know, man. I think Tekken's gonna be better.
Tekken?
Mortal Kombat's gonna beat both.
First of all,
I love
they're
Tekken.
all different games, all right, you
Tekken is
idiots?
good.
Just like they're all different federations.
Well, Tekken is a 3D fighter, so that I definitely agree with.
They're
It
all
is-
different
I
games.
love
They all
it.
have different styles. They're made by different companies. They have different controls. They have different
Tekken is
characters,
awesome.
different storylines. Are they all
Speaking-
fighting games? Yes, but there's
So
three different kind of
speaking
fighting games.
of video games, I'm
Okay.
curious. I know I may be.
Get my ass kicked by fucking Guile right now. I don't
But
like it.
did y'all hear about the little cameo, the little Easter egg they put involving the exploding barbed wire death match in AEW Fight Forever? They said literally, so in the video game for AEW, the exploding barbed wire death match is in there. They said, however, you don't know when it's going to happen and when it won't. It's completely random generated and all that. But supposedly, sometimes you'll have a big, huge, explosive finish, and other times you're going to get the little fizzle like what happened on the AEW pay-per-view. And I was like, okay, that actually is entertaining to me that they would
have a
put that.
skateboard in the game. Like Darby Allin can pull out a skateboard and skate around while you're fucking having a match.
Yeah, literally,
listen,
you can beat
I'm
somebody
one-
to death with a broom.
I'm one that can always overlook graphics for gameplay, but holy fucking shit, the game looks bad.
The graphics.
Graphically, and like I said, I'm always like, I can put graphics aside. The gameplay is good, but a little better. Like,
Is it graphics or art direction that's bothering you?
graphics.
Okay. Because somebody yesterday was complaining. They're like, "Well, this doesn't look as polished as the WWE
Fucking
wrestlers."
son of a
And I'm like,
bitch.
because they're not supposed to. I'm like, that was never the art style they were going.
Yeah,
for.
I know. They were going arcade-ish. I get all that, but I don't know.
Well,
Just me,
Guile
maybe.
players are kind of cheap assholes, so you know.
Mhm.
No, I still think the game's going to be good, and quite
Oh,
frankly,
I'll buy it if there's a collector's edition. I'll buy that too. Don't get me
I'm
wrong.
buying it.
I'll
No,
play
this
the
is
hell out of
collector's
it.
edition. They dropped the ball on the collector's edition. I have to actually buy Final Fantasy 16 right now. I want to buy the limited edition one, Gilch.
See,
If you want an easy flip, Gilch, you can order from SquareSoft. They're $300. By Christmas, they will all be $700 each.
yep.
Yeah.
Same thing
you
happened
by
with Final Fantasy.
Christmas? Buddy, back up. By Halloween, they'll all be $700. Final Fantasy
maybe.
stuff sells like hotcakes. I'll tell you all this. I went to go to my store, which they opened up pre-orders for Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, the first-person Avatar game that's upcoming. They opened pre-orders for it last night at 7 o'clock. I went to go pre-order my limited edition, gold, steelbook, whatever, through GameStop today, and I walked in at noon when they opened, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we've already sold out. None in the system."
I hate GameStop. I avoid going to GameStop at all costs.
Well, it was GameStop exclusive on this.
I want to tell you a secret. They used to buy like a lot of things in bulk, like USB cords and stuff like that. So I made a deal with somebody at the 99-cent store who had a bulk of USB wires from China, and I got each wire for 50 cents, right? And I probably bought like 1,000, maybe more. I don't know.
Okay.
And then GameStop had a promotion where they gave like an extra 50% credit on top of whatever the fuck you got. So they were giving like $2 per wire, and then an additional 50% credit. So I ended up getting $3 for every wire that I traded in that I only paid 50 cents for. It was epic, man.
Nice. Yeah,
I used to thrive on trying to fuck GameStop. I loved it.
I'm
Whenever
honest.
I could.
I had
I've
3 friends
honestly
that
got
worked at
more-
GameStop for like 10 years, and they showed me basically how they opened the games, play them, and then seal them like you would never even know.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they just
Never even know. You would never.
I
have a
would
clue
know.
about
I
it.
would know. I would know. You wouldn't know, but I would know.
Probably everywhere though. I bet you Best Buy does the same thing.
Everybody does. Well, back in the day at GameStop, they would have to open up one no matter what to put on display. That's the way it worked. They'd open up one no matter what, and that would be the gut. And the gut would go in a drawer. And when there was the last copy, someone could buy the gut right off the wall. But sometimes you couldn't find the box for the gut because some asshole fucking stole it. And then somebody has to buy a brand new game without a box. It would happen.
Still a buy.
Well, and I mean, it's like for me.
People steal anything and everything. Like, people will steal a pack of gum off the counter.
For me personally, I know what's making me really angry at GameStop right now is it isn't even. It's weird. You would think like, oh, it's that they ran out of this game. It's frustrating, but whatever. Oh, it's that they didn't have what you want. No. Oh, the trade credit was none of these things. They announced last week. They're like, oh, by the way, Game Informer, the magazine, it's gone.
Got her,
We're moving-
fucking whore.
We're moving to digital only. I am not liking the fact that so many things
It's all going to digital,
going to
man.
digital.
That's why I sold my video game store
I
many
like
years
that.
ago, because it's all going fucking digital.
Yeah, and I think that's a shame.
I
because
sold the lease, actually. I didn't sell the store.
I think that's a shame because I know lots of people, myself included, who are like,
Should have sold the store.
I don't like. Somebody was like, well, you can get this book on your Kindle. I'm like, I don't want a Kindle. If I'm going to read a book, I want a physical book. Now, I will say this. I'm not so angry that I'm like, I know it's like, well, you're angry at the digital stuff. I'm
Don't
not
you
so angry
understand
that
what's
I'm
coming,
like,
Travis? If you haven't seen it or haven't picked up the fucking clues yet, the future is bleak. The future is you inside your house. The future is you waiting for food to come to your home, water to come to your home. The air outside will be bad.
oh,
There will be all kinds of nastiness. It will be a murder zone. There will be fucking no police. There will be no fucking ambulance. They
So it's
want you to
Detroit.
stay home. They are trying to prepare you to stay home for the rest of your fucking natural life. And if not you, your kids, my kids,
well, no,
everybody's
no,
kids.
yeah.
That's
I
why
have
all
no-
this shit's going on the way it is.
I have
This
no
is some of
doubt.
the stuff you hear about on the Party with Marty fucking hour.
I have no doubt, and I'm not saying this because I want to, and it's semi-joking, but I'm actually being serious. I said, here's the problem. People don't know their classics, don't know their history, don't know their old movie franchises. I said, so I guarantee you, I said, in 5 to 7 years' time, some guy is going to get up on a stage and say, so I've made a wonderful company. It's going to bring everyone together. I'm calling it Skynet. All of us, we're going to be like, oh, crap. But the kids, because they're idiots who won't even know what that Terminator is, will go, that's such a cool name. Yay! Like Michael Crichton told us, don't do this shit. Don't mess with AI. Don't mess with trying to clone dinosaurs. And what do? We went, hey guys, let's mess with AI and let's clone dinosaurs. Like, Crichton is in his grave screaming at us.
Got him, stupid bastard. It's too easy with Ryu. I'm way more confident with Ryu than I am with Zangief. Zangief is very difficult when you're going against a projectile player like Sonic. Boom over there. Sonic, boom. Sonic, you piece of shit. Oh, wait, he's still alive? I thought that finished him. Get kicked in the face. Okay.
I had that happen in a match yesterday. I was like, I beat the dude. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to go make me some popcorn.
The graphics are phenomenal on this. When you go, like, what's crazy to me is when I go to play a game that's even, like, last gen, like, it just looks like dog shit now. Like, it's like, it looks like a Nintendo game to me when I look at a 360 game now.
Well, and we were talking about this today as gamers. I assume y'all, because y'all...
Gilch is fucked right now. I guarantee you he's playing Diablo right now.
No, I'm dying for the show to end so I can go play.
You're playing Diablo right now.
I'm actually not playing. I'm on Diablo Discord on my other thing, reading out
Even
news
worse.
and everything.
Would y'all agree that by the end of this year, last gen support needs to be done completely? Just no more last gen support. I know people are going to be like, well, I don't have a PlayStation 5.
No, I think
That's
Xbox
on
and
you.
Sony should step their game up and make every single game they ever fucking made ever be accessible through the Game Pass, all with online capabilities. Like, get your shit together. You're charging people a lot of money for this. Get a real fucking system going. So this way anybody can play anything they want, anytime, no restrictions.
I thought PlayStation is concentrating on a handheld.
I heard something, but I haven't gone crazy with the handhelds, man. I have a Switch, and it's hard for me to even use it.
They did the whole handheld before it fell flat.
It didn't fall flat. It had its fans, but it was more popular in Japan than it was here. The PSP, first of all, is one of the most successful systems in the history of the world. The Vita, on the other hand,
I have a modded Vita.
It did good in Japan. In Japan, it did phenomenal. In America,
Well, that's because in Japan, online. Here's the weird thing about
fuck
Japan.
your fucking. Oh, I'm alive. Got him. Did I get him? No.
If you look at how Japan has worked,
this guy's crying, and I don't like.
They were big on online-only games and mobile games for a while. They're not now. They're like, okay, now the pandemic's over. Let's go back to the arcades. We're now heading at this whole online-only games. Let's play those. I guarantee you, because we've done it with every other video game. We'll follow them. 5 years from now, I'm willing to bet people are going to be like, man, remember those things called arcades? Let's bring those back. It's just, and yes, I agree with.
Get thrown.
It's hard to get into.
Get fucking rocked! Yeah, get thrown, you fuck! Ah! Yeah! Give me my ranked win.
He is very passionate about Street Fighter, and I actually think it's kind of cool because I don't have that level of passion for Street Fighter. But I think for me personally, like, I know I avoided, and I'm not saying
it's a ranked match against some of the better players.
I'm not telling y'all like y'all should be playing it or anything, but I know that one of the franchises I absolutely love now, Monster Hunter, I avoided it for the longest time because the only way to play it was on the handheld. And I was like, okay, but who wants to be fighting giant monsters on a screen this big? I'm like, that to me doesn't appeal to me. The Switch is better. It has a big enough screen, but even then, I really only use it for playing tactics games. I don't play anything, like, even if, like, somebody was like,
I don't have time for anything anymore. I'm surprised I'm even playing Street Fighter right now, to be honest.
Somebody was like, do you think AEW Fight Forever, you're going to get it on the Switch? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to get it on the Switch because I don't hardly ever use my Switch anymore.
I've been trying to get Gilch to get, like, an Xbox, but he's on that PC shit. I mean, a lot of games are cross-compatible now.
Yeah, that PC inferior race. Got it.
Well, I don't blame him, dude. Why not? Listen, PC does have the best results at the end of the day. If you put the right video card in there. And one of my patients I went to today, I went to their house. This guy had like the sickest rig I've seen in a long time, and he had a whole arcade steering reel for Forza on PC. Like he was playing that shit. Like that shit looked like insanity.
I just grew up on MMORPGs. EverQuest, Star Wars Galaxies, like all.
Oh, you were that guy. If you're an EverQuest guy, I understand why you like Diablo now. I could never get into EverQuest.
I just couldn't get into those games.
Yeah, I played World of Warcraft. I got into World of Warcraft hardcore. I mean, I was the biggest loser that I knew in like long time. And King Ed, shut your stupid ass always watching me on Twitch. I'm fucking sick of it. Mortal Kombat is not better than anything.
Yes,
good.
Agreed, Jay. That was like, don't get me wrong. I know people who are gonna say Tears of the Kingdom, and that's fine. But in my opinion, right now, because I think Spider-Man 2 could surpass it, but right now, Jedi Survivor, much more Game of the Year worthy than Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom was a good game, but at the end of the day, it was just more Breath of the Wild.
Did you beat Tears of the Kingdom?
Yes.
That's sad.
Shit. How many hours you invested?
Last I checked, I think I'm between 35 and 40.
That's it? That game's short then.
It's like average.
Well, I mean, if you're the kind of person like me who doesn't do really much side quest and only focuses on the main story,
like when I play a game that I really want to beat, I like it's hard for me to play Zelda right now because if I can't play it for like 48 hours straight, I don't even want to play it. Like I want to destroy it.
You can't play it. It's addicting.
You know why? Y'all are about to be like really.
I'll put it on here in a second.
Y'all
next
have
time I
that,
lose.
Y'all are gonna be like, you have that many. Highest game I have. My total playthroughs I'm at 60. Total hours 600 for the Mass Effect trilogy.
That's not. I had like thousands of hours in Final Fantasy VII, the original. And you know how I know that? I don't know how many thousands, but every time you would get another 1,000 hours, it would only clock up to 1,000 hours. But every time you hit a new 1,000, it would change colors.
Really?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Cool.
You can look that up for the Final Fantasy VII original PS1 save file. When you would hit 999 hours, it would start again. It'd be at 1, but it would be another color. I was like, yo, I did everything in that.
You made it change color every year.
So
Dude,
you know what?
Played that.
And I'm not surprised. I both am and am not surprised by this because Savage is about to be like, oh my god, I may kill you. But in my personal opinion, the original Final Fantasy VII is a great game. I don't know that I would say it's the best Final Fantasy.
It's not just the best; it's the best game ever made.
That's like a top 5 game ever for me.
It's the best game ever made. It's not even close, and you'll never understand because you're younger. And you
some other ones out there.
Well, hold on.
Didn't come out for you in your prime, is what I'm saying. That's why
What
so
I
many
was-
people hold it like that.
And what I was going to
It's
say,
like Eminem. The reason why Eminem's one of the greatest rappers of all time is there was a whole generation that went through it. They were there from the rise to the fall, and back again, and album after album.
Yeah,
For some people, Eminem's the greatest rapper of all time.
My
For some
mother-
people, he's not.
my mother hates rap, and even she's like, he's one of the best rappers. But what I was going to say was, I never really got the love for Final Fantasy VII. I was like, it's okay, but having played the very first Final Fantasy, and I went back and played others, but the first I played was 10, and I went back and played 7. I was like,
Yeah, exactly, dude. No, 10 it was trash.
Now-
compared to 7.
Final Fantasy Online is actually still going super strong. They got a huge
Oh, what are
player
you
base.
crazy? They make bank, bro. off their
Huge player
players.
base.
Dude,
Yeah.
Dude,
It's like
some
number-
guy
they've
died.
been number 2
Some-
behind WoW for a very
Some
long
guy
time.
died from having an epilepsy from a boss fight that took too long.
Yeah,
like-
so
50-hour boss fight. Guys have to tag in and out at like 20-hour shit. Like crazy shit like that.
Now, what I was gonna say was, so when the Final Fantasy VII remake
See, this
came
guy
out,
sucks. Not even
I
not
got
even on my
that.
level.
Day one, despite being like, oh, okay, I'm not a huge Final Fantasy VII guy, but I'm gonna try it, just see how it is. Having walked away from that remake, I'm like, okay, now I see what everyone's talking about. Now I see why it was good. In my opinion, and I hope Rebirth is going to be as good. In my opinion, I think Remake was actually better than the original Final Fantasy VII. And people were like, well, you didn't get to leave Midgard in this one. I'm like, I don't care. It was better. They had more fleshed out character development. It was great. They did such a good...
Hold on, wait. I'm going to shut you down quick. Are you talking about the difference between Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Yes.
All right, you're talking about a game that was made like 30 fucking years ago. Obviously, there's going to be big fucking differences. There are
Yeah,
two
it
different
doesn't hold up
completely
like
games.
this.
There we go.
Final Fantasy VII was made to introduce it to a new generation of... I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it because it's a new generation of people, and it's a whole different world out there. And that game, for the most part, literally has fucking nothing to do with Final Fantasy fucking VII. You get little tidbits of Final Fantasy VII, and then all the new bullshit they want to give you.
See, and that's why, actually, so I don't know if you've ever heard this or not, and he confirmed it's true. So I'm assuming you've played 7 Remake, right?
Yes, I beat 7 Remake.
Okay. You know what the Whispers of Fate, the little ghost things, you know what they represent, right?
Go ahead and tell me while I'm trying to win a match.
They represent the fans who were going, oh, well, it has to be a 1-to-1 remake, or, it's not any good. They were like, it was literally he said this, you fans, not you, Savage, you fans who said, oh, it has to be the same, don't change anything. Y'all are the villains.
No, I never said not to
Y'all are
change anything, but like you can't compare the two games and say 7 Remake is better than 7 Original. Like,
well, of course not.
There wouldn't be a 7 Remake if it wasn't for 7 Original.
It's
a remake
30-year
of the game. It's the same game. You can't really.
No, I agree. But
worlds.
the thing is, it's a 30-year-old game that does not hold up by today's standards.
Hold on a second. Yo, John, you're a producer, right? Can you add Anthony into the stream?
I can.
There you go. Do something. Do something useful besides bash Final Fantasy VII, you piece of shit.
I ain't bashing it at all.
You're bashing it. You're saying it's not the greatest game of all time. That's as much as well spitting on its grave.
I don't know. I mean, it's just hard for me to say, okay, so you're going to say it's a better game than Legend of Zelda.
Yeah,
than
100%. Better
Mario,
story. Better
than-
story, better life lessons. Actual relatable, readable life lessons about the
How
earth
about
and
this,
the
Savage?
spirits and the ancestors and where you go when you die. Heaven, hell, political, presidents, corruption, politics. I can keep fucking going. You just don't get it. I do.
Travis, Google Final Fantasy VII. I gotta find. There was an article I read, and the way Savage was actually talking about it as how there's like Easter eggs and tie-ins to like everything in life and this and that. I gotta find the article. It was really, really good. But I'll say this, Savage. At that time in my life, Final Fantasy VII, video games by
That game
far,
might have saved my life, Gil.
by far was definitely the best story I ever found. Like it was probably
First
the best
of all-
story of even movies I've been seeing at that time.
Yo,
It
I
was
think I was
it
14 years
It
old.
was groundbreaking at the time.
I think I was 14 years old when that game came out. So I was still like, going to, I think it was high school. I think I was going to art and design. When Final Fantasy VII came out, my mother had started working a job. So this was the first time in my life where my mom and my dad were both not home during the day. What do you think I did? I stayed home and I played Final Fantasy VII. I took a vacation. The whole month of September, I was home playing Final Fantasy VII. I remember calling my friend. I'm like, dude, I'm at Rocket Town already. Like he's like, how the fuck did you get to Rocket Town already? I was there in like 20-something hours. I was like, I got my Chocobo. Bro, everybody that I knew was playing that game. Like, everybody I knew growing up, every kid from school, every friend from another neighborhood, family member, everybody.
I mean, I will say this with no hesitation, absolute certainty in my mind. Final Fantasy is the franchise that can eclipse anything else. Like, look at this. I heard on the other group I'm part of, the video game chat group that I'm part of, somebody today was like, man, you know, he said, well, they moved Spider-Man because they don't want it coming out straight having Starfield because they know Starfield would be better, will beat it. I'm like, first of all, bullshit. I'm like, secondly, nice. I like that. I actually have that same one, I think. Maybe.
That's a good one.
But anyways, he's like, Starfield's going to destroy Spider-Man. I'm like, first of all, no, it's not. Second, because Starfield looks like No Man's Fallout. But I was like, but here's the other thing. I'm like, the reason why AEW, because there's a rumor that AEW Fight Forever was originally supposed to come out, I think the 20th, or maybe it was the 19th, or something in that area. But then Final Fantasy 16 was like, oh, by the way, we're coming out on the 23rd, and immediately they went, okay, we're moving that date, because Final Fantasy is one of those franchises you don't go up against. There's no way you're going to beat it. Same goes for Zelda. Even though I'm not a huge Zelda fan, I'm willing to admit, when a Zelda game comes out, there are people who are, you know, and I never get this, but man, I like Gilch. You said I think they said you're playing it, but the Diablo 4. I actually know people who went in and took 4 days off of work to play this game, and I'm like, first of all,
everybody else I play with MMO launches
like that,
or like Dungeon Crawler, yeah, they're all
I can't even believe that one, an organization would allow that, but two...
Well, I'm like 99% sure that people aren't telling their bosses I'm taking off for Diablo.
Probably.
They're saying I'm going on vacation or something.
Right, yeah. But my point was that, you know, video games has become a huge societal thing. I remember, and you know, you keep saying, Savage, well, you're not old enough to remember. I remember that when I was in, like, elementary to middle school, you know, it was like, do you play video games? Yeah, I play video games.
You're right, Travis. There was a bit of taboo to it.
Right. Nowadays, it's like, do you play video games? Well, of course you do. Like, it's like more taboo not to play them in this day and age. And it's like, it's crazy.
It's a different world now, man.
It is. And in a lot of ways, it's gotten better. In a lot of ways, it's gotten worse. But
got something for you, Savage, tomorrow.
But, you know...
I'm not painting that this weekend, though, man. That's probably...
Whatever you want. I don't give a shit.
Next week. I'm tired.
Oh, by the way, can I agree? I want to get y'all's opinion on this, see what y'all think. I was reading a guy that I like to read his articles, and he was saying, why are WWE fans accepting mediocrity? And somebody said, okay, what are you talking about? He said, look at these belts, these two new ones. He's like, not the beautiful belt on Raw, the yellow belts. I mean, I know they say gold, but they're yellow. He was like, these are some of the worst title designs in the last 10, 15 years, and yet everybody's like, okay, yeah, it's a new title belt, you know, I'll go and get it. He goes, I kid you not. He goes, I'm willing to bet you that title has probably already sold 300 to 400 just because you have dedicated people doing it. He goes, but here's the problem. When you do that, they're going to, he goes, by buying this title, you've told them, if you make an even worse title than this, as impossible as that may be, people will buy it. He goes, you can make one with a giant flaming eagle on both sides, and in the middle is a snake eating John Cena. He's like, people will buy it. And he goes, and I was more thinking, like, he's saying all this about the title. I'm more sitting there thinking, like, wait a minute. Is it bigger that
Oh, Jim, mute your mic. Holy Christ.
is
It's
it
windy
bigger?
outside.
Yeah, I
Is it
hear it.
bigger that we're accepting mediocrity when it comes to the product? Like, look at this tonight. We're going, and don't get me wrong, it was great, but we're, well, it's so amazing that MJF and
Oh,
Adam
did this
Cole
already.
put on a great pay-per-view performance tonight. Shouldn't that be every week? Shouldn't every week have?
Oh, hold on a second. How about this? Wait, Anthony, first of all, welcome to Wrestling with Savage.
No, I got a dip.
A little late. Yeah. Anthony, what's your quick take? John, I'll see you tomorrow. Call me and give me the details.
Base guilt.
Yeah, Anthony, go ahead. What was your take on AEW, man? Because I know you haven't gotten a chance to say anything since Travis has taken over the show here 10 minutes ago.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a better show than what they've put on for the last couple of weeks. I thought the show was great. The flow of it. That Adam Cole MJF match was nuts. Like, everybody wants to sit there and talk like, oh, MJF doesn't wrestle enough on Dynamite. He doesn't put up his title enough. First of all, why does the motherfucker have to put his title up all the goddamn time?
I don't know.
You don't need to wrestle every week.
I think this was a clickbait match just to get people tuned in to see how many people would lock in for a match and, give people a good preview of what's to come. Because that's what that was tonight. It was a preview of what's to come. Well, I don't think I've been here before.
Do we think that this is going to lead into, because I do we think that sooner rather than later we see Adam Cole versus MJF 2? I think that could be the feud launch into after Forbidden Door. What do y'all think?
That's happening, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's what you're going to see for that pay-per-view overseas.
Yeah, what is it, All In?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This shit is lagging like crazy right now.
And that's the thing. That's the thing about, but that's what I'm saying. Do y'all agree that it's like, as much as this match was phenomenal, and I love it, and that's great, I'm not saying necessarily even that it has to be pay-per-view level, but the fact that there are nights where we're walking out and we're going, man, last week was so much better than this. Like, I understand there's an ebb and flow to all of it, but in theory, you should at least be trying to make every week better than the one that came before it. You shouldn't be going, well, last week was a great show, so who cares what we do this week? And sometimes it feels like they do that. Like, I know, Savage, you talked about it. I had the two. Not this last Raw. This last Raw was great. But the one before that, oh my God, so much talking. It was like they just decided, well, we did good that last week, so we can just talk and nobody cares. It's like,
sounds about right.
I just sit there and I'm like, man, guys, come on. This should not be a I should not ever have to look at a company and go, ooh, well, this company's getting too content. If I go, this company's getting too content, then I'm like, their product has stopped being good.
Yeah, and that's WWE's.
Yeah.
I'd say that's wrestling in general, honestly.
Vince McMahon needs to fucking stop with this mediocrity bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's not even been on the show 10 seconds. He's talking about Vince McMahon already.
Yeah.
Because he's evil. Evil!
You have your selection. I get I get AEW and WWE have their guys that they're pushing. Seth Rollins, he's getting his push. Judgment Day, they're getting their priest finally after being there for so long. It's getting his goddamn push. that guy's going solo. I'm telling you that right now. He's going solo.
Some point, I believe, yes.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, but
He's either going solo or he's taking over leadership.
could happen.
I
Anything's
can see
possible.
him being an intercontinental guy. I don't really see him being a heavyweight champion.
Yeah. I
Not
mean,
the way they're currently booking him. Now, if they start booking him correctly, he could be.
I'd see Baron Corbin being a heavyweight champion before I see Damian Priest.
Well, yeah,
I
but
can agree with that.
we've all said for years that Baron Corbin should have been a heavyweight champion by now. The only problem is, I honestly believe this. This is gonna sound kind of weird.
Oh, Jay, they got Jay. Jay's going to jail on the live stream.
They heard his takes. They were like, "We got to lock him up for this."
They were like, "Man, this dude talks about Roxanne Perez so much. Maybe that's the guy that's been stalking her the last 2 weeks."
Let me tell you, AEW Collision needs her right now. They need her.
Yeah.
But you guys can't seriously be amped up about Collision now. After watching.
No, I'm not amped up about it. I wouldn't say
I'm
that.
interested in the match of. I'll say this: I'm interested in Buddy Matthews versus Andrade El Idolo. But other than that, I don't care.
I'm like so lost right now. I don't even know where I'm supposed to go. I don't remember anything.
You see, that's not good.
That's the game of life.
Good.
Well, he was talking about his video game, Jay. I think.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying like that's not good because I, as a fan, I wouldn't be interested in going
because
to Collision.
We don't need
And that's
2
not
hours
good.
of Dynamite, an hour of Ring of Honor,
They just fucking killed
an hour
me.
of Rampage.
What the fuck? You bastards.
They should get rid of Rampage, in my opinion.
Oh, you need it, Anthony. You know you need it in your life.
Honestly, they should make either Rampage or Collision Ring of Honor. Because how many people are actually watching Ring of Honor when they have to subscribe to another streaming service just to watch Ring of Honor?
If it wasn't on that streaming service, if I could watch it the same way I watch that, would I watch it? Yeah, probably. It's not bad. It sounds like there's been some pretty good matches. But yeah, I'm not subscribing to a different service just so that I can watch one show.
Right.
But you know what I will subscribe to? I've got an even better idea here, okay?
Wrestling with Savage?
Well, I've already subscribed to that. I'm part of it.
Chop City Wrestling.
I'll subscribe to you too. I got no problem with that. But you said the thing about the shark in and all that. I have an idea. Here's the thing, okay?
How do I activate this fan?
Man, I don't know.
You said you beat this game.
That doesn't mean I memorized every little thing.
You're useless.
Yes, I am. On this
Looks
subject,
awesome, though.
yes. So, I have an idea for a match.
Just as useless
I have
as
an
me.
idea for a match, Chop City. So here's my idea. You said the thing about, reducing the roster by the open door shark match or whatever.
Okay.
So here's my idea, okay? CM Punk in an exploding barbed wire death match, except for it's no match. It's just him getting blown up. I'd pay to watch that. I would literally pay to watch literal chunks of CM Punk just falling all over the ring. Only dude I've ever known who is so miserable of a human being, he makes me go, God, Les, can we get somebody nice out here like Hulk Hogan? I mean, jeez. And what bothers me the most about Punk that's different about Hogan, Hogan has at least said, yeah, I said that, I'm wrong, whatever. He didn't say whatever. He said, I'm wrong, I own up. That was my bad. I shouldn't have said that. I own up. Punk, meanwhile, continues to say, well, I didn't do anything wrong. You walked in and you punched your boss, even if you were having an argument. If I do that,
it was a fucking work.
Yeah.
That whole thing really didn't go down. They needed something to try to get this guy to turn heel, but he had so many goddamn injuries that they were like, "Yo, why don't we play this off on TV?" There's a marketing strategy.
Do you think that when Punk comes back on Saturday, because I think this is going to happen, I think AEW is going to market it as, yeah, CM Punk's coming back, CM Punk's coming back.
You didn't remember that all you had to do was hit it?
That wasn't the first thing you tried?
I don't think he beat this game. I call malarkey. I call malarkey on you.
That wasn't the first thing you tried. Come on, man. You know what? If you come to tech, knowing that, if you come to me for tech support, the first thing I'm going to ask is it plugged in? Anyways.
I didn't ask you for tech support. I asked you how do you activate this stupid fan, because I haven't played this game in like literally.
I'm not even sure this is a main
I don't think
mission.
I played this game since the day I bought
didn't do any of those.
What?
I hardly did any of the side missions. But anyways, do y'all think...
How do you know what's a side mission or not? I don't even know what the fuck's going on right now.
I don't have any idea either. I'm as lost as you are. Do y'all think that it's possible AEW is building this up? It's like, oh, it's the triumphant return of CM Punk. Knowing the fan base, knowing, even if it is a work, Anthony, which I agree with you. At first, I didn't believe it was, but as time has gone on, I'm like, yeah, it's probably work. But anyways, do you think there's the possibility CM Punk's music hits and the entire audience just erupts in boos? Not the triumphant return, it's just boos.
No.
If it was a different city, maybe. Not that city.
If it was what?
A different city. They're doing it in his hometown.
Oh, well, never mind. I didn't know that. People in Chicago are freaking idiots, period. So I'm not surprised that they would cheer for him.
There was more boost for him tonight, they said online, though. When they announced the video package, there was more
it's going to be mixed, man. He's definitely going to... There's definitely going to be marks that go to Chicago to just to boo him. 100%.
He's probably going to turn heel.
You're going to Chicago.
What would be cool is if he betrays FTR and then just joins Switchblade.
If he turns heel, that'd be great.
That would be.
Well, you wouldn't be going just to Chicago to boo him. There's a lot of good independent wrestling in Chicago this weekend. That's where ICW is as well.
I was gonna say I think I would probably go for like the pizza, the food, learn history. I mean, if there's time in my itinerary, I will stop by to boo CM Punk. But my main interest would be I want to go see all the old gangster places and all that. I just don't. The biggest problem I'm seeing is I just think that AEW is booking it as oh, he's coming back and you're supposed to be happy about that. And I'm like, this is going to be Roman 2.0. You're supposed to be happy about this, and now I'm not happy because you told me to be happy about it. And
let me guess, you don't remember anything about this stupid little flower that's flying down either, right?
I mean, I sold this over 3 months ago, dude. I beat it and then sold it within I beat it and sold it probably within the week it came out.
The game came out in May.
I know, and I beat it within a week and sold it.
You said 3 months ago.
Isn't that 3 months ago, too?
No, you definitely didn't beat this game in a week, man.
What the fuck are we in? I can't even remember.
You are full
We're in mid-June, dude.
You are full of shit. You did not beat this game in a week.
I
want to see the screenshot. If there's no screenshot, it didn't happen in this day and age.
Okay, I don't care. It didn't happen. There you go. Okay, Savage, you feel happy now? It didn't happen. You get your victory.
Fine. What does this guy want?
To talk to you.
They all want to talk. They all want
to talk, and you know what? There you go.
He doesn't want to talk about AEW though, and as a matter of fact, I don't want to talk about AEW either. It is over. The show is over. It's 12:43 in the morning. Anthony, do you have anything else to contribute to this show?
No. The show just went up in flames immediately when I walked in.
Listen, do you have anything to say to Mick Thomason? Mick Thomason had a lot of comments for you last night.
He is really hating on Anthony.
He was looking for you tonight, too.
Oh.
For real, man.
Did I just get killed? I just got destroyed by some bats. I'm just standing there minding my fucking business.
What game are you playing?
Legend of Zelda.
Oh.
Kingdom of the Tears or some shit like that. I don't know.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
And-
whatever the fuck.
Anyways, the only thing I'll leave it on this is this: the MJF Adam Cole match was phenomenal. It was great, but it raises the question of to me at least, it raises the question of should we really be going? Oh, this is a pay-per-view level match.
That's what I think.
Instead of going, man, every match, or not every match, but I think there should be at least one match on every show that gives off this could be a pay-per-view moment match. I know that it's not right now, but although I think Gold Rush is technically a pay-per-view, but
no, it's
not.
It's one of their like
no one's paying
blood
for
and
that.
gut type things where they not calling it a pay-per-view, but it's a TV pay-per-view basically.
Right, but for me, at least,
It's a TV special. It's not a pay-per-view.
It's not even a pay-per-view anymore, guys. It's a premium live event.
No, AEW calls them pay-per-views. WWE.
Yeah, AEW also uses fucking Bleacher Report, which sucks.
And they also listen to
believe
Dave
that Dave
Meltzer.
Meltzer is a good judge of anything. So.
All right, I don't remember my password, and I'm not even. This game sucks. I gotta sign in. This game sucks.
But like,
I'm tired of video games.
Take NXT.
That's it.
You talked about what was it on Tuesday? There was a match that we all agreed was really good. Was it? It was Dragunov versus
Corbin.
Yes,
it was a good
Dragunov
match.
versus Corbin. Great match. That was a pay-per-view quality match, and it was on a normal show. Which is what I'm saying is, are we as wrestling fans being too? Well, yeah, this is okay, but this is a pay-per-view quality match. We should be having pay-per-view quality matches on everything.
No,
because then it dilutes the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
You build up towards the pay-per-views.
Okay, I can agree with that, but I will. You know what? I get what you're saying, and I will agree with that. But I will say this: if you go through the whole show and you can't go this is the match of the night, then I feel like that's a complete failure.
dude, there's been
every show.
There's been NXT matches, there's been Raw matches, SmackDown, and even AEW to where I'm like, yo, this shit sucks.
These cameras all went to shit.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. There are matches that are so.
Hey, Travis, you want to see a cool trick?
You're gonna just disconnect me, I'm sure.
100%. Jay, Anthony, Travis, Drop City.
Good night, y'all.
Travis, I'll give you a chance to say good night. Go ahead, Travis. Tell everybody good night.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, he did it. He kept it to 2 words. Travis is going to be here tomorrow to give you all the action on Impact Wrestling live playthrough, live watch along. Chop City, you're more than welcome to join him. Anthony, you can join him if you want. I might hop in here and there. Friday night, I will be live with Marty Jannetty, so I will definitely hop in during the SmackDown live watch along with Marty Jannetty. So that should be interesting to watch. And hopefully more people tune in. I'm going to see if I can get Marty Jannetty to put it out there on his Facebook. Maybe we get his whole, community to come crash in on the show. But we'll find out live tomorrow night what's going to happen on Impact. Everybody have a good night. I'm fucking out of here. Everybody's out of here. Hey, we've been on here way too long. If you're still watching, oh, man, something's wrong with you. Nice tipping.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
out of here. Everybody have a good night, man.